Let's cut some fucking grass.
Welcome to Into the Green podcast. I am your host, BJ Wallace, and with me today on the casting couch is the most controversial man in LMCA.
Not that bad, is it?
Nah, it's not that bad. Dan Jolly, fucking thank you, dude.
Appreciate it.
You just rolled in from the airport.
Yes. Yeah, we met like maybe 7 minutes ago. I don't know what the time is. I just rolled in here. We don't know each other at all.
Came through my back door, straight in to have a drink.
Far. Made me blush.
Oh, good man. No, thank you very much for joining me. As always, this is just going to be a conversation. I want to get to know you. I want to get to know what you're all about. And obviously there's some controversy on one of the pages that you're involved in. But, mate, talking to you, I
don't think it's that controversial, honestly. I don't.
Oh, look, I just think you're a fucking bit of a shit
I think I'm good at shit stirring people. But I think most of what I'm saying is not that controversial.
I don't think so either. I think, you've got a knack for getting under people's skin. And I think that you do it well. And people kind of...
Some people think it's hilarious, and then there's a few people that are like really mad and they just they don't like it at all. And I don't dislike anyone on there, actually. I can see that there are some people that are consistently pretty pissed about it.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm here because Ben said I should do it.
Yeah.
And he said that like openly on the podcast. So that was a message that I got, and that came straight to me as far as I was concerned.
You're a fucking listener. That's good. That's one.
But people did want me to come on here, but I think that people probably have, people have, well, I said before, I think they think I do weirder stuff than most people are doing. Yeah. Like the cross section of the yards that I do are basically pretty normal.
Yeah.
And obviously I've got yards that are nice, and I've got aged care stuff, like a big center and stuff that I do that's always got to be nice and things like that. And I catch almost everything, and I do vertical edges on all the
you do vertical edges, mate? Oh, look at
almost everything gets caught, and I do vertical edges on all the stuff that matters, but I'm not super pedantic about it. And I spray bow and arrow from my sprayer a couple of times a year, and people would have seen that I've got a pretty basic, but like a spray tank that goes on a 0.
Yeah.
So I do all the stuff that people do, but if I posted like how good is my edge or whatever, like who cares?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's true, right? You know what's probably got you
That is true though,
it's
right?
100% true. Like I find it difficult now because I've had so many big jobs for so long, and like I think my content might get stale if I keep posting the same shit. So I post funny stuff like, I fucking picked up a bearded dragon and put the fucking thing on my head, and it stayed there, and I had to fucking basically headbang to get the cunt off.
Did you get it on video?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, right, I haven't seen it.
No, it's loaded, locked and loaded. And that's the thing, I'm so, I don't know how you fucking fire content at that page all the time. It's good.
Someone said the other day that I was very, I think I'm ruthless. He said, I wish I was as ruthless because I posted something, and then someone said something, I can't remember who it was. They said something that was like sidestepping the question I was asking. And I was like, okay, that's great, but what about my question?
Yeah.
And I was just being super blunt. It's a guy that I know. I remember who it is now.
Yeah.
Sorry, cut you off.
No, that's all right, man. No, I'm fucking cool. It's very interesting how you've been taken on the LMCA page. I love that page. It's a great community, and it seems like you have hit a few nerves. But at the end of the day, I think, you're showing pieces of your business. You're not showing the whole thing.
No, but obviously, a lot of it is a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and I'm posting like the most egregious examples of things that people would prefer not to be involved with in their business.
Yeah.
Do you know, I should probably put that on silent, huh?
That's all good.
I'll just put it on silent.
Sweet. There was one video, I will fucking say, the urea one.
Oh, yeah.
You fucking, was just like, catch you later. And I was like, I'd get fucked up for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was that a bit of a shit stir?
No, not really. There was supposed to be rain coming, and it didn't come, and she didn't water it. I can't make her water it. And I don't think she cares that much.
I saw you right there.
And Luke was pretty disappointed in it. And that's for me and Luke obviously see things from a pretty different perspective,
Daddy
right?
Luke, yeah.
But he was pretty disappointed in that, and he felt that I was trying to show that it was good and effective on the yard. And pretty much everything that I ever say is I think this is good and effective on business.
Yeah.
And it's urea. If she'd watered it, and I put like a kilo on, I don't know, it's like 12 by 14 or something.
Yeah. So it's fucking
If she'd watered it, it's a fair bit of nitrogen though. If it had rained, it would definitely have grown and gone greener.
Yeah.
And it would be like, there you go, it's greener, it's longer.
Yeah.
She's not like a horticulturalist. She's just like, it's the front yard and it's green and long.
Yeah.
And I think that she'd have been more than happy with that. And she didn't get charged for it or anything. It's just like what happens is if I get rained out for like a week straight and I'm not going to catch up to the yards, like by the time I get to them, it's going to be so late that they're going to be like, you're going to be here in 4 days anyway, so don't worry about it. I'll just go out and I'll put some Shirley's or some urea or whatever in one of those things, shoot it on everyone, because you can do everyone in my whole service area in a day. Just shoot some on everyone's front yard.
You got like about 50 clients, is that right?
I have like the equivalent of about 90 houses.
Oh,
but some of it's in a big, one thing's a big complex. So the complex I think is the equivalent of 30 or 35, and then I have like 60 individual
And you're
houses.
solo?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's pretty cool, man. Like, I love that urea video. I could see, like, as soon as I watched it, I was like, I looked down and the comments were just like, fucking, and I look, you didn't charge her for starters, so.
No, she didn't ask, and all I did was I just shot some on there and I said, by the way, I got some of this on. Yeah. I've spoken to her about it before. She knows it needs to be watered in. No one watered it in. It's not a big deal. But if I get rained out for like a week and I just can't go and do everyone's yards, I'm not going to bill anyone, their $100 or whatever for their yard to mow it, because I'm not mowing it. But I'll go out there and I'll put a bit of fertilizer on, just on everyone's front yard. Just shoot some out there, and then I'm still there. I send them the message, hey, obviously you postponed because of rain. I got some fertilizer out on your front yard today. Hopefully it helps. And it's like when they give you an after dinner mint at the restaurant. They don't charge you for it. You might not like mints that much. It's a 30-cent token, but it's just a thing.
Well, it's funny. Like I think the way that the video came off, everyone perceived straight away you were charging that as a service.
You think? Oh, okay, right.
100%.
I didn't mean for it to be like that.
100%. I reckon everyone was like, these cunts fucking charging this lady.
For
12 seconds of work and a kilo of urea.
Well, I've spoken to a bunch of people about this and no one said that, and maybe they thought it was so obvious that everyone felt that way that it didn't need to be said.
If you didn't read the comments and shit,
I read the comments, but I didn't realize that people were I didn't think that people were implying that.
Yeah.
No, so when I said like this is how you make money with fertilizer, it was just here is how to make the customer feel like you care about them and appreciate them. It's just like it's exactly like if they give you like a piece of cake for dessert after you buy an expensive, thing at the restaurant or whatever. No, she wasn't getting charged for it. It's just like if you want to have a good relationship with the customer and to just do something nice, like somebody posted that they'd picked some stuff up from someone's yard, but that they didn't tell the client because they didn't need like approval or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I feel it's the opposite way. Like I'll go to somebody's house and I'll be like whippersnipping, and then there'll be like a bush in the driveway that's clearly growing like a bit close to the car, and I'll be like whippersnipping flat, and then I'll be like and I'll just take a foot off some ugly bush that no one cares about because obvious, like you can see the customer starts parking the car further away from it or whatever.
I
just whip it off.
I think Mark Lattaway just got a fucking hard on knowing that you're doing that.
There's the right way, the wrong way, and the ladder way, right? Which as someone pointed out, is just the wrong way that heaps faster, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm down for that.
Mate, he's only local. He's not that far away. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should go visit him. Yeah, I really like him, mate.
He's a good egg. He's come to most of our Brizzy shows, so he's a good laugh.
I never remember where everybody is. Like I know that almost everybody's on this side of the country, and then there's a handful of people in Perth. Yep. And I know that what they do is wildly different because everyone's got to have irrigation, I think, to grow grass, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe having a nice lawn is like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it comes across like maybe it's a stronger status symbol in Perth because it's harder to have a nice lawn.
Yeah, it is.
So maybe people are taking it a bit more, like the client maybe takes it more seriously.
I think it's the way that they really do rely on irrigation. They rely on chemicals and stuff like that, and fertilizers. Really, it's a whole different ball game. But traveling, like I've been to Melbourne and Sydney. I've been to Perth before, but that was long before I ever thought of even fucking growing a pube. It's the whole countryside is different. Like when I go down to Sydney or Melbourne, I see Kaiku. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's like growing.
Right, it's everywhere.
It's like I come out from a night of sleep and it's grown like 3 inches. I'm like, what is that grass? We've got it
You
here.
didn't even pronounce it right. That's how unfamiliar you are.
We've got it here, but it's at the back of a football field, and it's probably like a 3x3 square, and then that's
just doesn't grow good here, or
no.
right.
I think it gets real stringy. There's a few people who probably do have it up here, but it's not a super common grass. It's always buffalo. It's always.
I hate buffalo.
Do ya? I fucking love it. I've got heaps
And
of it.
all the people
Do you see how good my lawn is out the front?
It's just pitch black, so I didn't even notice.
It's good. Don't fucking take a look.
Oh, okay.
I haven't because of the whole staffing things that I've got going on. It's probably about 4.5, 5.
I used to be a mechanic and I drive a shit car, which I think is like a common meme, right? A mechanic has a shit car.
So you're like a qualified mechanic. So
no, I'm not.
No, so you just were like.
I used to have a workshop doing race car stuff.
Serious?
Yeah.
See, this is why you're on here, because there's a fucking background here that I want to know about. So, take me back. Where did you grow up? What's going on?
Oh, the whole lot.
Fuck yeah.
Everywhere from the Hunter to Tamworth. We just moved heaps. Shitty family relationship stuff with mum and her family.
Yep.
I was one of those kids that everyone said, you got to go and do engineering or something. But I just hate academia, basically. So I did 4-unit maths in high school and stuff, but I was just like, no, there's no way I'm doing it. I moved out really young, got a job at a bottle shop, got a job at a bar, did those things, got a job as an apprentice mechanic, didn't like it, got a couple of jobs in sales, which I was pretty good at, and it was okay.
Yep.
And then a bunch of people started to ask me. I was playing race cars for a hobby, and I had no money, so we had me and a friend of mine who was quite a bit older than me. We had just a bunch of N13 pulsars, which is 87 to 90 or whatever, single cam, the whole thing's designed with straight edges, right?
Yeah.
And we just put roll cages in them and took them to local rally events and and at the club motorsport level of local rally stuff, there's heaps of stuff like that. Back when I was doing it, there was 1 trillion R31 Skylines, which were shit boxes at the time, and now they're cool again or whatever. But we were doing that, and then I was building stuff for, I didn't have enough money, so I started welding. I bought a TIG welder and taught myself to TIG weld. And then I was building stuff for friends, just not trying to do anything with it. And then some dude called me and he's like, can I pay you to turbocharge my car? And I said, okay, sure. So I did that, and I posted some shit on the internet.
Yep.
And eventually I just said, bugger it, and started my own shop. But it's not, don't be impressed by it. I was like a broke art student type of thing, right? It was just a shitty industrial warehouse. So you were making enough
just to get by?
Oh, dude, I slept in it, and
really?
The whole lot. And we just played race car for. And
that would have been an adventure.
Went for 5 or 7 years, but I had a dyno in there, and
5 or 7 years.
Yeah,
that you lost to in there somewhere.
I ran cars at World Time Attack Challenge and did over 150 turbo conversions, and
Holy
people were
shit.
shipping cars down from Queensland on trucks, and I'd make them fly down to pick it up so they could drive it before I gave it back, so that if they had any, if they didn't understand, I'd say, is this part of the car's personality, are you satisfied with that? And they would go, can you make it a bit more like this? And I'd be on the laptop or whatever, and then send them on their way. But it's a great hobby. I mean, I like it, but it's a shitty job because, if you're working on cranes, right?
Yep.
It's expensive. The guy's got a line of credit. He wants you to find the cracked bit. You know what I mean? Fix this before it kills someone. Yeah. I need it on the job. And then if you go down to mum and dad's car, they're just do the oil change. Don't find anything. I don't want to hear about it. I might be paying for it on a credit card. And if you're doing race cars, it's take this, 30-year-old Japanese shitbox, make it faster than Lamborghinis, make it street legal somehow, try not to make it blow up. There's no instructions for it. My wife doesn't even know that I'm doing this. I hardly have the money. It doesn't get me to work. You're as far down the totem pole as possible. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. So does that, what the fuck are you driving a Camry? You could drive the coolest cars and keep them...
Camry's mad. As a legitimate car enthusiast, I think it's fair for me to say... I think that it's an exception. I know that it's an exceptionally good appliance.
Yeah.
And I don't go to jail or lose my license in that car. And I've done my, weekend lockups and all the stuff. Yeah, it's street racing stuff and all the stupid shit. Yeah. And that thing, mine's called the Stealth Bomber because it's undetectable by radar.
Look out, it's a sleeper.
Just the cops don't look at you, and it's not any fun. Yeah. And it's just, I've had 4 of them. So for I don't know, 6 or 8 years or something, I just keep buying 2000 V6 Camrys, driving them very sensibly. They don't require any maintenance. You just put fuel in and they work. And
I woke up in a Camry after my bucks, still fucking buckled in with spew in my lap. So they're good cars.
So you don't even remember it?
It was fucking wild. That was my mother-in-law's car actually, but they got a Orion. Oh no, they got a blue Camry after that, and it was like a 2007. It was a nice car, and then they got an Orion, and now they fucking went to a RAV4 hybrid. So we're a Toyota family as well. Like I got an Isuzu.
You just turn the key and put fuel in. It's good.
I have to admit, like we've never had any trouble. Fucking touch wood, except for a drunk driver hitting me head on. That was fucked.
Head on's no good. Not ideal.
Not ideal. But I've got like a 2009 Toyota Hilux, and it's a petrol.
Also good. 2.7.
Yes, just fucking goes.
I did one of those that made 570 horsepower or something once. 3RZ engine, if I remember correctly.
Dion ran into his fucking mailbox, so I'm not going to give him any of that power. But no, that's pretty cool. That's interesting. So, what did you do after you? So, you obviously got to a point where you're like, I got to close.
I did that for ages, and it's you can only be passionate about something that you have to do 80 hours a week. It's difficult to take a 40-year-old shitbox and with a fairly strict budget, turn it into like a Ferrari killer.
And you're just doing that
the whole time.
You're just doing the engines? You weren't doing interiors?
No. Well, just track car stuff. So if anything, you just pull all of it out and put some bucket seats in and call it done. Safety equipment and stuff. Yeah. But I got sick of it. I applied for a job at a major exhaust manufacturing. I won't mention him just in case he doesn't want me to say anything, but at a major exhaust manufacturing place. And it was a good position where I had the exact skill that they required that was rare, and a fabrication related skill. And so I just got to like ride out there like until we hated each other enough that he said the time had come. And I was like, man, I couldn't believe that he let me stay on for this long.
Really?
Yeah. But
were you trying to get fired at some stage?
No, it's just they really needed me, and I'd negotiated like what I thought was good pay at the time. Just for the record, it was $45 an hour, and I think I started in 2017 or 2018 or something like that. Pretty good
for them.
Yeah, it seemed like really good money for me, and I was doing bugger all because all the production-based issues, I was the only one who knew the answers, and it was second nature to me. So I just spent the day being like, oh no, you just do it like this.
Oh, so you're like. Sort of
I wasn't supposed to be, but that's how it worked out. And after long enough, he just got sick of it, and I was sick of it too. And
you were teaching everyone, so it would have fucking you were like telling people how to do shit.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
You in the end, they're like, yeah, he's fucking.
Well, they changed the way that the business works a lot, okay. And then so that brings me to why I picked mowing. I wanted to pick something that I was completely dispassionate about. So that I could be passionate about the business side of it and not get caught up in something that I was passionate about. Yeah. And so I think this probably comes across when people are talking about parts of like I can't remember what all the different parts, like if you show me one of those diagrams that have like the leaves and the stalens and the roots and whatever, I don't know really, to be honest with you.
That makes a lot of sense. If you've already had a job where you were so passionate about it that the business side went in the bin.
Yeah, I was too busy. Like, like we'd finish someone's car, like a 900 kilo, 450 wheel horsepower car with like one seat and slicks on it and road registration, and I'd be like, I'm taking it home for 2 weeks with a laptop to make sure it runs good, and I'd go to the shops in it, and it's just dumb shit that's going to get you in trouble, Yeah. And the customer would know. I'd be like, this is my daily for 2 weeks, and when you get it back, it'll be mint, like it'll behave like it's supposed to, it'll be fine, Yeah. And but I wanted something that I was completely dispassionate about so I could focus on finding the right mentors, understanding the right mindset, and making certain that I understood the business side of it. People hate when I say this stuff, but I'm really focused on understanding the value, like empathizing with the customer's perspective on where the value comes from.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the time you see stuff like, and now I'll say some controversial stuff, but I'll try to pick on individual people, but people will post stuff and they'll say like, here's some pictures of this site that I worked on for 5 years and they just sacked me. And here's this bush, and it's like, I've got it perfectly shaped like the Great Pyramid of Giza. And here's a picture of it when it was a sapling and I looked after it for so long, and they've sacked me and I don't even know who's doing it next.
Yeah.
And I've been working so hard on it, and fair enough. But also, it's probably the case that the maintenance manager just doesn't give a fuck and never noticed the triangular tree.
Yeah.
Like at all, like whatsoever. And so the question is, what is the maintenance manager's value? What value does the maintenance manager get? And if you understand what the maintenance manager is after, and in my case, I'm pretty blunt with just asking people what they need, which is how you come to those places where you just go, I'm just going to round up all this.
Yeah,
you know,
fair enough.
like I've got a guy I do 15 properties for, 3 of the backyards completely round up.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I just asked him. Like, it seemed pretty obvious that it was a good solution.
Are they rentals or are they like just little postage squares, like, or are they proper backyard?
Yeah, they're backyards.
Really?
Yeah. One of them's got like.
Do you mean the edges or the complete, like
the whole
thing?
backyard?
Holy shit!
The whole backyard.
Fuck,
yeah.
All right. I mean,
I'm totally serious.
if he's asked for it, I guess.
Well, he didn't ask for it. I suggested it, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, I don't care. It's fine." You know.
Shit.
And he still pays me the total amount that was quoted for the property. Do you know what I mean?
And what, like, can I ask, like, what was the reasoning behind asking him if he could round up the whole backyard?
Absolutely no one has used it in a decade. No one will use it. Access to it is difficult. It would be difficult. I'd have to carry a mower up and down the stairs on one, just for example.
Yeah.
So one is the overhead cover, the trees and stuff don't allow, like, it's not possible for there to be nice grass there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not possible, right? It's like, you know, it's like the gap between the shed and the fence. It's like, you know, it's like the south-facing downhill slope. You know, it's like it can't grow there, right?
Yeah.
So it's gone. That's one of them, right? And so instead of having like 97% dirt by coverage and 2% weeds, 1% shoots of kikuyu from the neighbour.
Yeah.
It's just totally dirt, right? Like it's pro diamond.
So it's not like you've gone in there to a green backyard and gone, I'm gonna fucking ask to fucking kill all of this.
But there are spots where, like, you know, the backyard's kind of nice, like there's a bit that's nice, but on this side of the house it cannot grow and it stays damp. Yeah. Like, it's not possible to get it nice. And in that circumstance, I think it's totally reasonable to say to the client, hey, I'm sick of mowing up this side of the place. There's like 8 shoots up here. Can I just spray them?
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, the customer's just like, their reaction is usually just like, why are you wasting my time asking this? I pay you to fix it. You fix it. You know, no one goes out there. There's no sign anyone's been out there in 5 years. Nothing can grow because there's tree coverage.
Yep.
There's a couple of little patchy bits. It wouldn't be possible to fix it.
So you're not worried about, but you're not out to basically turn shit into gold. You're like lawn wise.
No.
You're out there trying to make customers put money in your bank account. Like that, you're not worried about what shit looks like at the end.
I only care what the customer wants,
Yeah,
you know?
okay.
And, you know, there's customers that do want a fancy lawn, right? Which is fine. But there's customers who don't derive their value from your workmanship, and they can be pleased with things like I'll tell you my perspective, right? The slow, difficult, expensive piece of value that you can sell to the customer is the workmanship.
Yeah.
And there's all this easy, fast, cheap, or free things that the customer appreciates. And so I'm trying to get those things 100% perfect.
Yeah.
And there are customers that are a little too pedantic. And so I just make excuses not to quote them if I feel that. I ask them questions to try and qualify whether they're like that.
So you have a specific demographic of customer you go for?
Yeah, I do my best to find people that are able to feel legitimate peace of mind without an exceptionally large amount of workmanship. Yeah. And so I'm trying to please them by the business being as, like, let me explain to you what it feels like for me to be on LMCA, right?
Yeah.
So imagine we weren't on LMCA, we're on like the local pizza shop page, right? And then every day it's like, look how good my new shop front signage is. And people are like, man, it looks so great, right? And then some guy's like, oh, I always use the round pizza cutter that like rolls across the pizza, but I was thinking about going to them pizza scissors like they, you know, use in New York.
Traditional ones.
Yeah, like what's the best scissors for my application, right? And then the local Domino's guy comes on and he's like, fuck boys, how good is mowing? Can't believe I can sell, not mowing, pizzas. How good is pizzas? Can't believe I can sell 400 pizzas a night for $17 each with frozen pepperoni and canned pineapple, you know? isn't it amazing that you've just got to get the delivery perfect and make certain that the customer experience on the app is like fast and quick and so easy for them, you know?
Oh, fuck that. Wait, don't. That actually makes a lot of sense because pizza is a good way to put it because fucking Domino's is shit, but because they deliver.
Right.
Yeah.
The rest of the experience is like perfect, right? Yeah. Like when the problem is not I want a gourmet pizza.
Yeah.
Like for me, it feels like the gourmet pizza shop guys are like, this is disgusting. I can't believe you'd use frozen pepperonis. Yeah. This is the type of thing that's ruining pizza shops, you know? Yeah. But when someone wants a gourmet pizza, there's a place for that, and that's cool. I got no issue with that. But Domino's is killing it. We all know Domino's is killing it. And what Domino's solves is not I want a delicious pizza. It's I need to feed 6 people. How do I do this in 30 seconds?
Yeah.
You know, and you go
done.
And then you go, good, now it's completely Domino's responsibility and you stop thinking about it. And so you immediately have it solved. You get legitimate peace of mind that your party will be fed. And that's it. It's done. And it's really expensive for what it is.
I like the way you explain it. It makes sense. And in all honesty, my business would never survive with your modeling.
Yeah, no, there's heaps of people who do it different. I get it.
And I think like a lot of people on LMC are probably relating more to me than you, and that's why. But I know that you have allies in LMCA because people have reached out to me and they're like,
okay, have they?
So yeah, fucking oath. I had one that's
I get along with heaps of people.
Yeah. So the thing is, I think you might have gotten off to the wrong foot because I think the philosophy.
Well, I'm shit stirring on purpose too.
Yeah, I know. That was the first message that we had together. I was like, fucking, well, you're just shit stirring, eh? And you're like, yeah, I am.
I mean, I'm completely serious about the message. Like, if people are
I think it's a good message.
If people are willing to like listen to the message and consider it in context, I'm totally serious.
Yeah, you know? I do think it's a good message. I just like, there's so many businesses out there that already have their way of doing things. I think that something a little bit different is a bit different. Like, it's different.
I don't think it's that different. I think heaps of people probably do what I do, but
you know, I reckon heaps of people have select customers and do
that's what I have. Yeah, that's what I have.
And it's just you focus more on those customers than you do on the good ones.
Like, I've got this place, right? It stairs into the backyard, not heaps, like 9 or something, right?
Yeah.
And the place was built without removing these enormous gum trees. They're like as big as gum trees get, right? Man, they're like, you know, they must be like a meter. Oh, well, there's like 4 of them, like in a place that's, you know, I don't know, it might be like 15 by 15. There's like 4 of them. And there's palms and it's rubbish, right? I think there might be bananas out there.
Yeah.
And it was all paved at one point as well. Like, if you like dig through the 3 inches of like leaf litter and shit that's out there, you know, but there is a small spot that might be the size of a medium bathroom in a new house that has that it's just far enough away from the trees that you can see there's some grass there. And of course there's grass and shit coming up through all the pavers and whatever's in there, right? And so it's just like, oh, hey, I won't use his name. We'll call him Steve. Hey, Steve, on this particular property, am I right to just spray like everything that's on the ground in the backyard? No one ever can go out there, right? And the stairs are like rickety and whatever. Yeah. And I was like, can I just spray that? Like, does anyone, you know, go out there? And when I went out there to quote it, the person that showed me the property, who's there, you know, 20 hours a week or whatever, they didn't know that the spot that I sprayed you could even get to. Because the extra 4 stairs to get to it had like so much sticks and branches and leaf litter. So it's like
brave enough to go up there.
So just spray it.
Yeah.
Just spray it.
Yeah.
You know, and I get like complete peace of mind if I spray it because I just like every few months I go out there and spray it again or whatever. And they get complete peace of mind because no one's ever out there. Yeah. Like, they don't have to worry about it. All the things that are in the yard that can be sprayed no longer need maintenance.
Yeah.
So it's funny. So it's fixed, you know.
Like when people are like, oh, I can't believe you spray your edges. I do fucking tons of acreage. Like, I have anywhere from like 2.5 up to fucking 40. And they all want their edges sprayed. Like, no one wants us to... Like, there's a couple... I won't say all of them. So I've got a couple of really premium ones that want us to snip, and I'm more than happy to do that.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way I'm edging 40 acres. Yeah. Like,
if there was a shady side of a piece of machinery that grass couldn't grow on, right? Yeah. And you had to take a whippersnapper all the way out to it to whip like a few weeds, you would spray it, right? Yeah. That's what I do. But I'll do it in someone's backyard if they say
Yeah, see, that's it. I think when people hear you say, oh, you know, I'll spray edges, everyone's thinking fucking you spray every single edge around the whole thing and then the footpath and then...
Like, I pay the most attention, right, on like the street edge, the curb, and between the car and the front door.
Yeah.
That's where the customer is. That's where they're looking. Do you know what I mean? That's where the most attention is paid.
Yeah.
And, you know, I pay less attention in the spots they can't see. The place where I was like blowing down with a whippersnipper and I had sprayed edges, the lady who lived there, it was managed by a sister. She was like 85. She just chain smoked, like way worse than me, just non-stop. She was a little bit senile. And I looked after it for like the last year that she was able to live independently and have people come and help her.
Yeah.
And my job on the and the property is getting sold and it's probably a knockdown rebuild.
Yeah.
And so the property, the job that I was to do was just to make it safe.
Yeah.
That's it. Like no snakes. If she does wander out there, she can't trip over anything.
Yeah, okay.
So round up edges, side discharge, and a couple of edges at the front where you can physically see it if you visit, and that's it. Makes no difference to anyone. The lady thinks I'm great. She, you know, profusely thanked me when she finally moved out. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, what do you want from me? And it's like, I think I did it for $77, which was my minimum price at the time. And I probably would have been $77 if because I started whippersnipping it. Yeah. And then I was just like, hey, she never leaves the house, does she?
Yeah.
No. And I said, can I just round up all the bits that will save me some time? Do you guys mind? Yeah. And she's like, we don't care at all. And I was like, all right, mad. Yeah. So yeah, round up prodiamine, do it once every 6 months. And then, you know, and even that big arc that you'd whippersnip in the corner, right? So that, you know, I'd round up in a big arc too. So that yeah, the whole lot. Yeah, but it was like down the back of like a, you know.
No one sees it.
No one cares.
Yeah, okay.
No one cares.
It's fair enough. It's a look, everybody has their own, that's what, when I was talking to Ben on the podcast, I don't even remember what Ben said. It's fucking so many podcasts ago. But what I was trying to say is like everyone has the right to do their own business the way that they want to. Like I do see the value in the way that I do business in the same regards as you see value in doing it the way you do it. Like I don't think that I'd keep many of my customers, and I'm guessing that you don't.
I got 2 5-star reviews yesterday.
Yeah, that's mad,
right?
I don't. Think
and a lot of people say like, "Oh, fuck reviews, I don't care." I think they're super important.
I think
they're word of mouth, saved on the internet for anyone that Googles, right? But I got 2 5-star reviews yesterday.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know, and
I don't even do Google reviews.
I'm like 18 months in and I got like 65 5-star reviews.
So you haven't been in it for that long. You've got a pretty good customer base. How are you getting most of your work?
I have. If you're in my area and you Google mowing dude, I'm top ranked for Google Business Profile, most likely, depending what you type in, and my website is top. Yeah. So you'll see me, Jim's Fox, me.
Really? So you've beaten out Jim's. So have you got someone? Is that you working on? Obviously, you know computers because all the car shit you're doing.
I did pretty good with my own website doing GoDaddy.
Yep.
But shout out to Ryan. What's up, Ryan? I give Ryan Henderson money, and I recommend anybody who complains about leads at least consider doing something like that.
Yeah.
Bro, if you go to my website and you click my phone number and you start trying to get a quote, you will be talking to a video card in a server somewhere. Yeah, you're having a conversation with an AI person. And the customers don't know. I ask them. They don't know.
That's coming up a lot. Like AI answering machines, AI video calls, AI, fucking everyone's using it. Like even today I was doing some work for the last podcast I did. For some reason, I uploaded it on Sunday.
It's like Bitcoin, but right? If you wait until you're sure it's a good idea, it's gone. Yeah, you need to be doing it now while you can still beat people doing it.
It's fucking crazy. So like I uploaded this podcast and it said that it was uploaded on the 2nd of February. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And Joel from InStyle Gardens, he messaged me. He's like, wait, what the fuck's the go with the podcast? It's like mid fucking Feb now. It's saying it's come up as the start of February. I'm like, oh fuck. So I had to go around, fuck around with it. Like, I'm not good at any of that shit. But yeah, I was doing this Opus clip thing, which basically gets me little clips for posting on Instagram and shit. And I fucking punched it in, and it just was like, didn't go anywhere. And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. So help center. I'm just talking to this AI, and then it's like, oh, we've credited you back all the credits that you fucking used. And I was just like, mad. Like, this thing actually knew exactly what I wanted, but I'm guessing it's a problem that's quite common. Do you so if you jump on your website, go to the AI, ask for a quote, is it just going to send you a message to contact this person? Or is
no, it has the
does
whole.
it
It'll
actually-
disqualify them and everything.
Really?
Like, it'll
So
tell them no.
You put the criteria.
It
in.
won't just be like next question, next question, next question. It'll tell them, sorry, we can't help you.
Really?
Yeah, but then it keeps. What it does is it does its best to get all their contact details politely, and then even if it disqualifies them at the end of the conversation, the contact details go in the CRM. So if I expand in their direction, I've got their details, so I can contact them and I can be like, hey Steve, if you're still looking for XYZ, we're in your area. I'll give him. I mean, personally, I'd give him. I'm big on sales, so I'd give him a call.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'd probably do is I'd probably give him a letter in his letterbox.
Oh, true.
Or
So
I just do a flyer and I'd write on there a price and I'd put it in his letterbox, and then a couple of days later I'd call him and say, hey,
you just
man,
Google Earth everything if you're going to go and cold call someone like that, if you're going to slip something in the mailbox?
I'd probably consider peeking over the fence on the way past if it was available to do. I've got a very pedantic. Well, I should probably tell you what my business actually is, because I think everyone feels like they know, but I do almost exclusively residential. I do only fortnightly, like 23 cuts a year, fortnightly, then monthly in winter. I do no one-offs at all unless I'm absolutely certain that I can kill it, and I feel very confident that if I ask them for a review, they'll give me one, because reviews are so valuable. Like, I did a cleanup yesterday because I was trying to hit a target for this month. I don't know if anyone wants to hear the numbers I did, but I'm very happy with the month. I'll share it because I'm proud of it. I did nearly 28,000 solo mowing this month, and it's a 28-day month.
Yeah.
That's mostly push mowing, and my expenses are typically about 10%. I personally think that's an extraordinary amount of money for pushing a mower.
Good margin.
Whatever 90% of $28,000 in, right? And if you've seen my Camry and my secondhand mowers, and my service radius is 5 minutes from my house. I live in a little country town. We're big enough to have a Bunnings and a McDonald's, but we don't have a Hungry Jack's. That's how big the town is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got a Big W, but we don't also have a Kmart.
Oh shit!
So it's like that, right?
Proper country.
That's not that far out of Newcastle, but I think that's really good, and I'm super pumped. And I was trying to see if I could do 30, right? And it's a lot of work. It's not sustainable. Like that's a lot. At 77 or 99 or whatever a yard costs, it's a shitload of yards. Like 15, 20 a day type of thing, right? Mostly push mow.
Yeah. And you catch everything you were saying.
I do catch most things. Almost everything's caught. Yeah. And I also spray. I also have some people's hedges on there as an upsell, and so I pro rata them. So
do you use the bip? The bipper dipper, the whipper.
No. I use plant growth regulator, and I tell the customer that I'm going to use plant growth regulator.
Trim it or Colt?
I have Colt, but
yeah, I use Colt.
Paclobutrazole. Is it? I don't know. I've never looked.
Trimmer's pretty fucking expensive.
But yeah, so I do, but I wanted to. I was trying to hit 30. It wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So I took a cleanup for $300 that took me like an hour and a half or something, again in my service area. And I took that because I had the day off. I was trying to hit it, but I knew that she said she was going to be home for it, and I was like, if I go there and flog myself for a couple of hours, she'll for sure give me a review if I ask her in person. Yeah. So that was worth it for me, because I think the reviews are so important,
Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, like we've been in business now for 12 years and I've had a website for 2. So I really...
if you need a plumber, what do you do?
Well, yeah, I Google it.
You Google plumber near me, right?
The thing
and
is,
you look at the first couple, you call one, and if he picks the phone straight up, sounds like he knows what he's talking about, and the price is in the ballpark, you probably say, come do it, right?
Yeah, I struck a goal because my
business is based around that concept.
See, yours is, mine isn't. Mine is all word of mouth. So my business was built residential, obviously, and I was very like Facebook orientated when I first started. So that worked really well for us. And then I went from that to, using the network that I'd built residentially to get into villages and shit like that. Yeah. So that's how I've jumped. And then I get to a point where I don't need any work, and I'm like, don't worry about a website. I always think like, I should get a website. Yeah. But then I'm fucking like, I've got enough work. Fucking don't worry about it. Like I've got 3-4 days booked out permanently every week.
Yes.
I've got one day where we do streets, and if I can't fill something with outside work, I've always got extras that I do at villages, so we just go there. So and I'm not looking to grow my team any bigger. I've got enough with the Lawn and Land Equip Expo, the podcast.
Yeah. Let me ask you a
what we do
hypothetical
now.
though, right? Let's say every single person on the whole planet that wanted a lawn mowed, right, was willing, they all contacted you, right? Every single one. If you had that many leads, you would be able to find a person that not only is perfect for you that you want to work for, but you're perfect for them, and they really value exactly what you have.
Yeah.
And if they really value exactly what you have rather than you're just a lawn mowing guy, then they'll pay you more for it because because you've got exactly what they... It's like you want a hamburger, right? But what you really want is a hamburger with bacon and egg and beetroot on it or whatever.
Yeah.
The one with bacon and egg and beetroot on it, you're happy to pay more, even if it's like, you know what I mean? Because that's what you want.
Yeah, but see, that's
so
the
if you've
thing.
got more leads, you can sort of
found
perfect...
through networking, so
Yes.
I don't really need to, like, I wouldn't need the whole world. Like, I found my niche and I found
Yes.
people, and the customers love what we do, and we love giving the customers the service that we give them.
Sure.
So, like, I understand what you're saying, but I think, like, I don't
But if
need to
everyone
go
in your
inside that.
area, that had the kind of work you wanted offered it to you, you don't think there'd be a chance you could find a couple of jobs that would be even better than ones you're
Like,
doing
creamy,
now?
are you talking money or?
Well, it's up to you to decide
Because
what you
see,
think
that's
they're
the
better,
thing.
right?
Like, I'm not all about the money
Yes.
anymore because we make a lot of money, like our money from what the boys do. So
Yeah.
they do all my villages and
It's
stuff.
up to you to
and then
decide
I
what,
have the
like Ben
passionate
said
side of
about me. It's
Yeah.
up to you to decide what you think that the business is. Actually, I think you said it to Ben.
No, I said
it's
it
an
to Ben.
individual person's passion.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe you really like some particular aspect of it. Or
I love mowing.
Or maybe the boys really appreciate a particular
Yeah.
aspect of it.
Yeah.
And you might be able to, anyway, the point is that if you've got the leads, you can pick and choose more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even if you've, like, a lot of people say, like, you know, they're full at the moment. Well, that's fine. If you get 20 more leads come in, like I say to a lot of people all the time, I often talk about, I think that I charge an hourly rate that's above average. And going off Luke's annual thing, right, the average person is like $85 an hour.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine said, don't go too much into the numbers, you'll piss people off. But my average hourly rate, including travel, is far beyond that.
Yeah.
And the other guys who you'd consider to be efficiency experts, and I won't name them, but Ben would, if you want to listen to that podcast, Ben named them. Those guys are obviously charging significantly more than, you know, because the last time the poll was done, it was about 85, and that's target rate on the job. You can make a lot more than that actual realized rate, including travel, including your lunch break, if you get everything spot on, you got the right customers, right? And
well, you got route density working in your favor as well, being in a small town and having everything grouped 5 minutes from your house.
well, you know how you do that though?
Is
You have enough leads that you tell everyone more than 5 minutes from home no.
Yeah.
And you've got enough that the remaining ones, you know, you've still got a few of the remaining ones, and you go and you look at each of their properties. This is how I do it anyway. You look at each of their properties and you go, man, that's going to take twice as long as the neighbour's house because look at all the shit in the yard.
Yeah.
If I could get the neighbour as a lead, I could charge them X. There's no way they're going to take 2X. So I just call them and I say, hey, look, it looks like I probably don't have equipment that's very efficient for your yard. You got all these obstacles. I think that's going to be really time consuming. And I think you'd be better off calling one of my competitors. Yeah. And I just suggest who I think would be good for them legitimately.
Do you actually enjoy the job?
Yeah, I think it's satisfying. But what I do is a legitimate athletic challenge. Yeah. I think, you know.
Fucking oath it would be. If you'd be running on some of those days.
Yeah, like if you do 18 yards in a day, all push mow, that's a fair bit of walking. You know what I mean? I
honestly I
mean, self-propelled, but you know what I mean?
100%. It's still fucking tough on the body. But I've been zero turn work for so long, and with Will breaking his hand and Dion going on holidays, it's thrown me back into the villages, and I'm like, fuck, I kind of missed it. Like, it's one thing to...
It's satisfying. I like it.
It's one thing to sit on a mower and jump off at the end of the day and just see, like, fucking pinpoint accurate stripes, and you're like, oh, that looks so good. But it's another to actually...
I'm not that good.
Mate, I'm like...
You're doing the wavy ones and stuff as well?
No, I'm not. I'm not like that. Yeah, no, I'm not that good. I fucking want to, though. But, like, I'm like, getting a pump that I haven't had for a while. Like, I'll hedge for 2 hours. I'll be like, fuck, look at this. I'm like, this is so good. And then, like, I'll snip for 2 hours, and then we'll mow for 4 hours. And I'm like, oh, you know, I kind of feel like my body got satisfied as well. Because sitting down all day on a zero turn, and I know like people are like, oh, jump on a stander. I've got a fucking 61 stander, and I'm like, if I spend all day on that, my fucking knees, like I won't be able to root the missus. It's done. Game over.
Yeah.
Like she's fucking getting a fucking baby giraffe leg.
Your turn to lay there.
yeah. I'm just fucking So I can't do a stander all day. So like I get it. It's a weird thing, man. But I do know if you were pumping at that many lawns, you would be fucking seriously running through the last couple to get. I mean, I don't know. You got kids, so you want to get home to them as well. And are you doing like 8-hour standard days, or are you doing big days?
Well, at the moment where I am, it's been like 32 degrees, 3 hours of rain at night. 32 degrees, 3 hours of rain at night. So it's been a real slog, dude. I'm probably exaggerating, but
I spoke to Shane from Lawn Culture today, and he said Newcastle's fucking dead.
Yeah, well, I'm up the valley, and it's interesting where we are. Like, we'll get rain that the weather station says that we didn't get, and the weather station's only a few k's away. I think the shape of the mountains. Like, sometimes you can see a storm coming in behind the mountains that form the valley, and sometimes you just watch it go clean around us, and you can watch it rain all the way around the town. Yeah. And sometimes it comes through the valley, and we get smashed with it.
We have Mount Gravatt that's just up the road here, and it's like round Carindale and stuff. And one of our villages, actually, you can see it, and it'll fucking split around. So we have this really nice village. It's like 12 acres with 100-something units, but there's heaps of common property. So none of it's irrigated. So we just fucking, every time we see a storm coming, like, we're not going to get dust kid.
It's been a lot of work trying to get through the growth this month. Tons, hey.
Really?
But, yeah, really.
Mate,
yeah.
I've been speaking to a lot of people around the country. Melbourne's getting
like declog the self-propelled 20 or 30 times in a day type of thing. You know? Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's been heaps of work. No, it is a lot to do them all. And, you know, if you're going to do like tight run resi stuff, I think you really actually do make more money on a self-propelled than on a stander if you're fit enough to keep the self-propelled going 10k an hour all day. Yeah. And it's not just I don't think that the self-propelled is faster necessarily. It's like the self-propelled is like $500 secondhand or $300 secondhand, you know, for a 30.
Yeah.
You know, I just got two 30 inches for $150 each. And they needed a pulley each. That's it. They run.
Toros?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, they're old.
Have you seen the new Toro with the swivels?
Yeah, I keep asking all the Toro shops because I just want them to, like, remember... Oh, some guy did ask about that. Maybe we should consider getting them in, you know, just to try and drive a little bit of
dude, I'll be
interest.
pushing. So we've got
I've
Toro
got a Turf and I've got 3 Time Masters.
Which one do you like better, the Turfy or the Time Masters?
This month, the Turf Master's been good because it chugs through the long stuff better. But if it's not grown that much, the Time Master is way less work, like physically. Yeah, you know.
What's the weight difference in those? I know
20 kilos, 65, 85.
It's a fucking bit of a decent chunk.
And all the weight's in the front. So on a Turf Master, the gearbox is super strong. So you pull the handle, it'll drag you up a hill and through a colorbond fence. It's really strong. So you don't have to help it at all pushing. But when you steer it, it's so front heavy. It's a noticeable upper body workout. Yeah. And then when you go to the Time Master, it's really light and well balanced. But you've got to help it when you push it, so it becomes like a leg workout.
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
You go from one to the other, I guess.
No, it seems like you've got you've tuned your business to be like very efficient, very lucrative. I like, you know, again, the videos don't portray what your actual business is by any means.
The point of the videos is just to show, look at this yard. It takes X amount of time. It costs X amount of money.
Yeah.
I'll post the invoices. I'll post screen recordings from my phone to show the invoices for the yard. And it's like, here, I've been doing it for this long. Here's the 5-star review. Here's the thanks. Yeah. Customers pumped. You see this really ugly, shitty thing that everyone will be embarrassed by? You can do this and still make a lot of money and still have a pumped customer despite this workmanship. Right? So if the only thing that you are focused on in your business is perfect workmanship, like that's the hardest thing to do physically. It's the longest, it's like the most time consuming, right, to do. Picking your phone up on the first ring takes 3 seconds. The customer finds it be very valuable, you know? And an absolutely perfect edge is the majority of customers are not, like if you get in the car, right, you drive 10 minutes down the road and look at all the grass. There's fucking heaps of grass. Someone owns it. Most of it, I'd say, that you see just driving down the road, they pay someone to mow, right? Like what you see off the side of the road.
I can almost pick.
Whoever's paying it, right, they're not checking the edges.
Yeah.
The majority of yards that get
I can,
you know,
for me. So we must everyone sees the world different. For me,
Sure.
100%. I can probably pick people that I know. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fucking,
his work. And that's
I was
his
like,
work.
that's his work. Yeah.
When you're a welder,
Because-
you can tell who made something because you
Exactly.
can recognize their welds. It's the same
Exactly.
thing.
And that's where obviously our business is like, you would come to my place and you'd be like, oh, fucking the edges look all right. They don't right now. But you'd be like, oh, you know, you wouldn't even look at that.
I don't care enough.
And
my customers don't either, you know?
That's the thing. And I think that's the thing with LMCA and the fact that you cop so much flack on your videos is because the majority of people are not looking, they're looking for job satisfaction and profitability. And I think the way that they get that is they are looking for different types of customers to what you're looking at. And like the way that
I actually don't necessarily think that's true, if I'm honest with you. I don't think so. I think that there's an enormous bit, and Ben mentioned this on his podcast, and he said he thinks I can't remember his phrase. He thinks I stroke it a bit too much about this or something. He said something like that. But I think that you know that Domino's thing I said before about that, like just give them the money and then it's their problem now, right? I think that if you can achieve like a legitimate, true peace of mind for the customer, and I can describe this if you want, but I think if you can achieve actual peace of mind, like not like you're doing 80% of the work that they have to do, so that helps.
Yeah.
But I mean, they pay the bill and they forget that you exist until the bill comes again. That's really valuable. And if you focus a lot on how the customer experiences the business as opposed to just what the yard looks like when they get home, you can provide a lot of value that's separate to just the labor, if that makes sense. Like if you don't answer the phone.
It does if you don't have customers like mine, because my customers aren't just looking for me to come in and mow and leave. They're looking for advice. They're looking for they're looking to the future. They're not looking for right now. These are like I've got record breaking houses like in suburbs that are quite affluent, and they are not looking for me to come in and just like do it like a mow and dash and get out of their hair and
Certainly.
like they still want me to do everything they want, right? Yeah. So they're like, that is 100%.
Yeah, they're ordering pizza because they really feel like a specific Sicilian whatever, and they want it spot on. And that's totally cool.
And I don't have any customers that aren't like that, to be honest.
Yeah, sure.
So that's it. I know that there's a lot of guys on LMCA that have way more pedantic customers than me.
Well, I should say that I know that there's people that do high-end work that are cleverer than me, have been in it longer, and make more money than me. Like I think that people think that I don't know that, but I do know that.
There's there's over 9,000 people in that group.
Yeah, 9,700 now.
And some of them I know personally that do not comment, and they're sitting back and they've got, you know, like franchises behind them. Fucking, there's some people.
I have mentors. I know what people make. Yeah,
it's insane. And look, they're the people that I look to because they're the ones who actually have experience. They just don't. They're not vocal. Like some people. Some people aren't like me. I'm just a fucking big fat bearded fucking loudmouth.
I've got mentors who are where I want to be and head in directions I want to head, who don't really talk on there and certainly don't share like. They don't share screenshots from their invoicing app like I do when people argue about it or whatever, you know. Yeah. But I get that there are people who are in a specific market, but it is true that if you drive down the road and you look at all of the lawns that someone pays to get, like the average square meter of grass that someone is getting paid to mow, they're not getting paid by someone who gives a fuck how nice the edge is. That is true. Yeah. Like if you drive down the road and you see all the people that are mowing yards, just in a regular suburb, if you went and knocked on the door and you said, how good are the vertical edges on the yard? Or are you satisfied that your mowing guy has a Toro, not a Skag? They have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
You know what's crazy?
Like, they don't know.
I honestly,
like,
I haven't got any customers that haven't, like, said, I love the way you do edges, or you do, people that I have.
Yeah, no,
maybe
I get that.
It could be like different.
Right,
like
but just drive down the road and just drive past a random guy with a mower on the back of his ute. Yeah. I'm not talking about the local franchise guy that you're friends with or whatever. But if you just go on your mowing run in just anywhere you are, you'll go past 10 or 12 utes, right? Yeah. Heaps of them, right? Yeah. And if you include all of them, not just the fancy ones, just include everyone who's mowing a lawn, look at the houses that they're at. I don't think Shelley, single mother of 3, cares. No, I just don't think she does. Well, I mean, I think the average person doesn't care.
Would you say that's a demographic thing? Like, that's like, you know, you've got your
No, I think we
retirees
care about
who-
lawns, and other people have grass that it needs to be maintained, and they don't want to do it.
Yeah, but then you've got families who use their backyards and want it nice, and like I've got people who have people over all the time and they want to have. So I reckon that you've hit a demographic, and I reckon there's a lot of people that
People have to get in the comments and say if they think that the yards are super fancy or not. But I don't know. Just next time you're out, look at every mow and ute that's in front of a house.
Yeah.
Look at the place and think to yourself, do I believe the person paying that bill actually cares that it's a Skag with sharp blades? Or is this a responsibility that they don't want to have anymore?
Yeah.
And I think that the majority, like if you're a business owner, right, and you've got a JB Hi-Fi and it's got gardening in the car park, the person who purchases the maintenance, they just don't want somebody else to complain to them.
Yeah.
They do not. They don't care at all, right?
Yeah.
The side of the highway. The council just doesn't want us to complain to the council.
Exactly. Yeah.
The empty block. That hasn't got a house built on it yet. They just don't want someone to complain to the council and for them to. The majority of what people, I really believe the average square metre of grass that's getting mowed is by someone who doesn't want a complaint coming their way and they don't want to personally mow it. And so, of course, there are people who do just high-end work.
Yeah.
And again, all those people know heaps more about the mowing stuff and all the grass than me. I'm not that interested in it. But I think the average square metre of grass getting cut is by someone who just doesn't want a complaint.
Yeah.
I think that's the majority of the grass being cut.
And again, because I've done council work, I know that just fucking spraying doesn't cut it. So like I've done like high end and I've done the lower end. But when it comes to like that middle ground, like the waterfront, if you go down Winner Manly Loader waterfront,
yes,
that all gets edged. Like every single inch.
That's a very small percentage of the grass that gets cut by council, though, right?
But then I've got like a clean away site that is it's a dump. It's a literal dump.
Sure.
Everything gets edged. Everything gets mowed. Like it's 151 acres. It's fucking slope mowers, posi tracks, everything. Everything gets mowed. So like I could just be way off base, but I think if you look at the average person mowing on the side of the road, like it's just a side discharge on anything with blunt blades and it's done. And I think the average square meter is not as fancy as people on LMCA think it is. And I think you're right about the majority, but then again, you're not hitting the majority. Like you're hitting a small portion. Like
sure,
realistically, you've got guys out there that are hitting like 500 plus lawns a month. Yeah, and like that's say a fortnight. There's heaps of guys that have huge numbers.
Yeah, I've got mentors and I look at all that stuff.
And like I don't know, do they work the same? Like, do your mentors have the same mentality as you when it comes to lawns, did they?
In a lot of respects, yeah.
So is it more? Are they advising you to focus more on the quality or the
business, or the business? Yeah.
So it's never about giving someone the best product. It's about just not letting them worry, like not having them worry about anything else except for paying your bill.
Yeah.
It's like it does make sense.
Like
and
they've got a yard.
Respect that.
They want to not have to check that it's going to embarrass them if they have a barbecue. They want the kids to be able to go out the back with no shoes on and not hurt themselves. Yeah. And they want to not have to think about it anymore. And I think I don't know. Maybe we just have to agree to disagree. But I think that there's a big bias on LMCA. Of people that are trying to do nice yards and they're concerned about doing nice yards.
They think everything should be like stripes and
they seem, and I don't want to put words in people's mouth, but they seem to believe that the fancier property you're on with the fancier equipment means fancier business or more success. Yeah. I don't think that that's true at all. Like I don't even think, like I think a mower is like a liability, honestly. Like people are excited to buy a mower and they're like, why don't I buy a new mower, for example? They're like, if you reckon you're doing good, why aren't you buying a new car and a new mower?
Like I wouldn't even worry. Like secondhand equipment is
my stuff's
as good as someone.
My stuff's really ugly though, right? Like it's not very nice at all. But it's like consider the following, right? I guess I'll just speak to my customer, but I think this is pretty universally true. Yeah. You've got some grass. You don't want to personally maintain it. You need someone to maintain it. It's frustrated you enough that you decided to yourself, okay, I'm now going to call someone and offer them money, right? Yeah. I think the average person, generally speaking, pulls the phone out, they type suburb mowing, and they press go. And then they see a couple of the Google business profiles. Maybe they scroll to the website, but Google says that 80% don't make it past that top 3, right?
Okay.
They pick one of them and they call it. Yeah. and if the person they call answers immediately and sounds like they know what they're talking about, offers to set up a quote or send a quote or gives a price over the phone or says, I can get you in on Tuesday, there's like 80% chance they just say, okay, let's do it, right?
That's good. Like, that's genuine. Like, that is genuinely immaculate customer service. Like, and people will get hard over that.
Right. The difference between, like, I asked, how quickly are people getting back to people, right? My average return call or answer is under a minute, right? I'm typically under 30 seconds, right? So I don't want to encourage everyone
How
to
the
try.
Fuck are you doing so many lawns and getting back to customers that
You just
quickly?
drop the whippersnipper and you press the answer button on your phone and you answer it like you're a business that wants the business.
Do you have do you have a bit of time? Like, do you have I'm only going to give you this much time and then I'm going to have to get back to work? Or
no, they're trying to give me money.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm there to take it.
Yeah.
They're at the point, like they've Googled it, they've decided I'm worth giving a shot to.
Yeah.
And they're like, I want to give this guy money, right? Yeah. I have this problem.
I do kind of have the same.
I feel bad, right? They'll be like, I feel bad enough that I want to give money, right? I want to give someone $2,000 a year to come every fortnight and mow my courtyard or whatever it is, right? Because that's what it is like over the course of a year, right? They're like, I want to give someone thousands of dollars over the next 5 years. They call me to try and give it to me, right? I answer immediately, professionally. I have a series of questions. I already have Google Maps open when the phone's ringing, so I'm looking at it. I'm asking, what about this and what about this? And are you available at 4? I'll be there this afternoon and we'll go over it all together. And the difference between like calling back in, say, like 4 hours and answering on the first ring is it's like 900 times faster. Yeah. And the same is true when the customer, like I'll do a bunch of stuff for free for customers if they message me, right? Like a customer will message me and they'll say, oh, can you trim this thing real quick? And I'll message back in 10 seconds. No problem. That'll be a complimentary service. Thank you so much for your business. I really appreciate you. I'll do it next Tuesday when I'm there, Dan. And they get that in 10 seconds, right? So they feel bad enough and stressed enough about something that they want to potentially give me money for it. And if they call you and they're your customer, and you get back to them when you're doing the invoices that night or whatever. By then, the husband might have already gone and got 3 bottles of weed and feed and Googled some shit. Like they've wasted all this time.
Good. Your efficiency is like top notch.
But think about it. Like they're stressed about it enough to give you money. Yeah. And if you don't get it back to them till tomorrow, that's like 24 hours of them stressing about it. They're probably doing other things in the background to try and figure out if he's not getting back. But if they know that you're definitely going to text them back in 10 seconds, and it's probably going to be a no worries. And if it's not, it's that'll be this much. I can do it on Tuesday. Yeah. Like it's really valuable. And I think that the industry is super focused on, at least the guys that can't stand me, a lot of the times they're super focused on workmanship stuff that, if you ask the customer, they might not have ever noticed, but they definitely notice when they interact with you because that's the bit of your business that they touch. Yeah. And so that's the bit that feels valuable to them, Like my customer knows that if they say, oh, hey, can you just bring the bins in when you're here next because we're going to be on holiday, right? They know they'll get a reply in 10 seconds. Yeah. So they don't even feel stressed about it. Like they know I'll do it.
I'm going to like you. So all the villages, and you would get that at the retirement village, people come to you. They don't call you or anything. They come and see you. So I'm feeling a little bit naked at the moment because I don't know I had a smartwatch, and because I do so much zero turn, like it's always here and I can see.
I just got the Bunnings headphone. I just click answer.
Well, I mean, I don't answer every call because, I have to turn the zero turn off. So if I know who it is, like sometimes it'll be Lou and I'll be like, oh, not right now. Sure. So I'll just fucking cruise on. But normally when it's a number I don't know, I just switch down and fucking answer it. But no, I do get that. That is something that I personally know that I'm not the best at because I'll see it and I'll be like, I'll get to that when I'm in the truck next or when I'm having my next drink, and I'll be like 20 minutes down the road. And like, there's been occasions where I've rung someone back like 10, 15 minutes later and they'll be like, oh, it's okay, we've got someone coming out to call.
Yeah, of course. And like, what do you do when the plumber doesn't answer and the toilet's leaking? Oh, you just click back and you call the next guy, right? Yeah. You call the next guy, and eventually someone answers it and takes your money. Yeah. So, and the difference between answer on the first ring and 4 hours isn't a little bit. Like it's not even close. And the texting your customer back if they have some small request or a question immediately versus that night is not even close. And if you say, so for example, if I do quotes, I get the quote request comes through the website, right? They've already argued with AI about it and I've got all the details. And then AI says, someone will give you a call in a moment. I call them straight away. Hi, it's Dan, blah, 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 blah. Ask them a handful of questions if I need to. And I say, can I come and see you? The soonest I could do it will be, say, 4 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
But my service area is this big. So I can just do it between 2 jobs for me if I wanted to. But they'll say, oh, yeah, I'm available at 5. Yeah. And so I say, I'll text you when I'm 5 minutes out and I'll see you at 5. And then you know what I do? I text them at 4:55 and I knock on the door at 5.
Yeah.
And then I ask them what is the issues that they have, and I listen to everything they have to say, and then at the end I repeat all of it back and I say there'll be a price in your email tonight at about 7 with everything that we said. And then at 7 there's a invoice in their inbox and it has every detail that they said. So before I've even asked them to commit to getting on my schedule, I've already fulfilled like 6 promises in a row perfectly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the industry don't even answer the fucking phone when the customer's trying to give them money.
Yeah.
And it's not, so I think that if you if you get all that stuff perfect, right? And again, this is like a business first rather than a workmanship first thing, right? And I'll tell the customer, like part of my sales spiel is, it's not big, it's not clever, what I'm doing is not fancy, you're not going to win a gardening competition, but if X amount of money per week to never think about this ever again, have guaranteed result is good value for you, then I'm your man. If that's no good, then I can recommend you someone who might suit you better. But if you want all these problems solved guaranteed, then I'm your man.
If I ever get my staffing situation sorted, I'm gonna give it a crack. I'll legitimately, the next time I do like a residential quote, I'll actually approach it like you do, and I'll just lay it down like you do, because like I can see how it would work, and I see how your business model actually does work for you, but I probably wouldn't be able to not do it the way I've always done it. But I definitely want to throw the spiel at him. But yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Like I have much respect for so much more than I did before we met, because like I genuinely didn't know. Like we've never spoken really, except for over text messages. You were is it just going to be you? I don't know if you thought I was going to have someone fucking Ben in the club.
I don't know the circumstances here, because I don't ever watch any podcasts. I've always just got them on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you know what I mean? I only know what you look like because you show up occasionally for like expo stuff or something.
I told you that fucking big kids running around. We've heard them fucking bouncing around. Yeah. But no, that's cool, man. I really do. I really do appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure like some people sort of have heard this and been like, oh, okay, that kind of makes a bit more sense than what, like, the fucking 10, 15 videos you put on LMCA.
The videos are literally just like, this is how bad your workmanship can be, and still have a pumped customer that pays you really good right? And the if bit, so much of, like, if you think that you're really good at these things, get your friend, Mrs. whatever, to contact you via your website, call you at a random time from a number that you don't know, for example, or get your Mrs. Friends to call you and try and get a quote, right? And get them to record the call.
Yeah.
Statistically, you suck. I'm not trying to insult anyone individually. Like, and if you think that it's not true, call your local competitors, or just call a plumber or an electrician. Call 10 of them. Yeah. 2 of them might call you back. Probably none even answer the phone. And they'll answer it like, hi.
Yeah.
That's true. They're just not good at it.
If my fucking son, he teases me.
Like, home services just sucks at this stuff.
He puts my glasses on and he's like, oh, hi, it's BJ here from TBL Property Maintenance. I'm like, fuck, what are you doing, man? Like, stop it, you're teasing me. I'm not getting bullied by a 5-year-old. But I mean, he's right, and you are right. Like, the way you, that's a first impression.
Yes, and by the time I'm asking for the customer money, right? By the time it's like dinner time and they get the quote through, I've already like wildly exceeded their expectations on every spoken and unspoken promise, right? Like, it's probably the best experience they've had trying to get a cheap home service maybe ever, if you get it perfect.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like I've listed every single problem that they have, and I've fulfilled all these promises perfectly. So it's no longer a question of like, will I give this guy X amount of money to come and mow? It's like, will I give this guy 2x amount of money to definitely never think about this again? They're not wondering if I'm going to be reliable or if I'm going to show up, if I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. At this point, they're pretty confident that I'm going to do exactly what I said I was going to do. Yeah. And I'll say to them, between now and when you get your thing, if you haven't read any of my reviews, go read them. And I got 65 of them, and they all say, awesome, always does what he says he's going to do. Never fucks around, never have to chase him. Yeah. And so I don't think that I think that, like Ben said, it's Ben, right? Catch Broke Ben.
Yep.
He said, what happens when a real cowboy comes and offers $80 for the yard or whatever? There's no way they're going to take this thing where it's it's guaranteed solution that they've already got. They know that they're just not going to call some dude that they're not sure is going to do what they want to save $30 a week. They're not going to. Like, it's a complete solution to the problem. It's like Netflix is $15 a week, definitely has all the shit that you've got, works exactly like you're supposed to. Someone goes, oh, do you want to try Bing Flicks? It's only $9. And you're like, what's on it? And you're like, oh, good shows, they're good. You're not going to. You know that this thing is a solution to your problem. You pay the money. Yeah. So,
it's good, man. I definitely get the way that you're doing business is different to a lot of people, but I also understand that it would work. It definitely is working.
Do you want to start an argument about high end versus low end? I actually think, a lot of people will say they think that the sweet spot's like 7 or 8 out of 10, and obviously that's super subjective, right? But I actually think that I'm going to say can't, but I think that's too strong. I think that it's very difficult. It's more rare in very high-end stuff to be able to give the customer as much value as in lower-end stuff. And therefore, I don't think you can charge as much per minute because you can't give the pedantic customer peace of mind because they won't. I'm not saying that you're not doing good enough, but if they won't let you give them peace of mind, then you can't sell them peace of mind. You can only sell them labor. And if you can sell them labor and the peace of mind, then obviously that's better value. Yeah. Like, by definition, you can't. Like, if you think about it, right? If you've got let's say you've got a high-end customer's yard, right? Whatever you see to be high-end, and the example I'll give will be in line with the criticism that I've got on Facebook. So it's not going to apply to everyone, right? Yeah. But like, let's say the backyard, they got a hedge along the back fence. There's like a garden shed in the corner, right? If you squeeze between the hedge and the garden shed and you look behind there, you'll see the gap between the shed and the fence, right? Yeah. And it's probably not beautiful. In fact, it's probably like mostly dirt and some weeds, and it's going to be hard to get that perfect, right? It'd be wet and whatever, right? So I would spray it. Straight up, I'd say, right? And so I would get total peace of mind, and so would the customer in respect to that bit, because neither of us would have to think about it again. It's fixed, right? There are people that will say, when we've had these arguments or whatever you want to call them on LMCA about these posts, they'll say, I know my customer's not going to check, but I'm going to do my best in there anyway, and they're going to get the fertilizer in there, they're going to squeeze through the gap with it. I don't know what they're doing to do their best, right? But in that case, they're obviously doing work that they're not getting paid for. That's straightforward, right? Yeah. So if they didn't do it, they'd be making more money per minute. But if you've got a really high-end customer, and I don't have these, so I don't know what this is like, but this is what people say to me, oh no, I have to do these things that I would skip or I would cheat or whatever because my customer expects it and would check, right? If your customer is stressed enough, they feel enough anxiety that they would take personal responsibility to squeeze between the hedge and to check, right? Then by definition, they don't have peace of mind, right? Yeah. And so if you can't make the person, like, true peace of mind would be if the person pays the bill, they use the yard freely, they invite friends over without checking it, they forget that you exist until the bill comes, and you've entirely solved their problem. Like, you go to the Domino's app, you click pay, it says payment made, that's it, it's done. The problem's totally solved.
I think it's still, I still think that sort of comes down to business versus industry. So you're in it for the business,
sure, yes,
and other people are in it for the industry.
Maybe, I'm not really sure, but I can't speak for them.
Oh no, me either, because I do have high-end customers, but I do say to them that I'm not fucking squeezing through that gap and planting fucking vines or something to make the side of the shed look nice. I'm legitimately going to fucking.
But you can find easier going customers. Yeah, like you can choose them on purpose.
Oh man, like some of my higher-end customers are probably like not probably, they are the nicest customers that I've got. They fucking, the first time I met them, they cooked me sausage on bread, and like, there's just such a broad range of customers. I don't think there's any set way, and I think there are people who gravitate towards, and they will get the same sort of customer. Like you have got the same set of customers. Yeah. Like I've got a variety, but
I just refuse to quote people that sound like they're not going to be completely satisfied with what it is that I do. Yeah. Like, I'm trying to find some people who are totally satisfied with, like, they're able to achieve peace of mind. They're able to go, off my list forever as long as I keep giving this guy money, right? They're able to achieve that. They're not checking that I did
so in some regards, you're quoting the person, not the job.
Of course I am.
yeah.
I'm solving their problem. I'm not cutting the grass.
Yeah.
The problem is that they've got some shit that needs maintaining and they don't want to personally do it themselves.
Yeah.
And so what would they want? I mean, ideally, they would have a magic wand, they would wave it and it would be fixed, right? I'm trying to get as close as I can to that for them.
And it seems like you're getting this, the customer that you're getting has the same problem as the last customer, and they all have the same problem, and you're the one to fix it, and you have gone after that specific customer. So I feel like mine have exactly the same. Everybody wants exactly the same.
It's not the same problem though.
Yeah. Well, no,
what you're saying? Your problem is different.
Mine's problem is different to your problem.
Are you sure?
That I have to say, 100%. Like doing soccer and footy fields and stuff like that is completely different to.
Yeah, of course.
So,
but I mean, ideally, those people would trust you so much that they didn't check; they just paid, and they just knew that it would be right. That would be ideal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
I'm not saying it's possible, but it would be ideal, wouldn't it?
So we have, obviously they have.
BJ is so good; it's always perfect. I haven't even thought about it since I paid him. He's a champ.
Well, look,
that would be a good customer, right?
See, that is what happens, but I know that. So then there's the behind when you're dealing with a footy club or a soccer club. So the customer,
there's 400 people checking on you.
The customer is the president, and
everyone who makes a
I'm
complaint
looking after him.
Yeah.
And then under him, I've got players that are saying it's a little too spongy or it's easy, cut it short.
Yeah,
so
of course.
I've got like a pyramid set of customers.
Yeah,
and
I bet that's true.
The last person down here somewhere is like, oh, fucking, I've got bitten by a bull ant. And it is different. And like, mate, there's some guys like Rick Tully. Like, I don't know, Rick's not down your way. I don't know if Rick's down your way.
He has a Ventrac, and there's a couple of guys with a Ventrac near me.
Like Rick is.
Do you know what his business is called?
Oh, no, I don't. But I know that he is a fucking.
There are a couple of guys with Ventracs my way, and he has one.
Field maniac. Like he does such amazing work. And I think he works a lot on like the business side because he has targeted a specific type of work.
But what you do is entirely different than what I do. We both make the grass shorter, but it's an entirely different
That's exactly
thing.
what
like I'm not speaking to a guy working on the PGA tour when I say, just ask me if you can spray it. Like I think that's like I personally think that's obvious when I say that, but maybe it's not to everyone.
Sometimes people don't because there's not that many people that are vocal and giving advice. So I always say, in my opinion, I never offer people business advice because I don't think that my business is working at peak performance. I think that I've got too many fingers and too many pies. But what I have got is I've got great customer relations and I make sure that those relations are super strong, and if something happens, like if I have to have a day off and I call them, like they're not going to fucking boo-hoo and they're not going to fire me or something like that. So it's so with Ben's motto was to make
Catch Pro Ben.
Yeah, Catch Pro Ben. So the reason that his ideas are like they are is his motto was to every time he did a job, he made it better. So and I totally get that. He did really well. Like he was like a bit of a mentor for me, and I have similar philosophy. But again, like I'm not going to do something that's going to cost me money, and I'm not going to fucking like blow my ring out for nothing. So like that's why his mindset is the way it is, and he's like he is a fucking smart dude, and I think that he definitely has.
I've never spoken to him except via message, but everyone who's been on the phone to him, commends him.
Yeah, oh, dude,
everyone,
like,
he's popular man.
And he's a smart dude. Like, obviously, Catch Bro's fucking kicking goals, so he's definitely a businessman.
I've got one.
Yeah.
No offense.
No offense. Yeah, fuck.
Even I'm using it.
Oh man, yeah. No offense.
You have to give a discount now that I've mentioned it to the community that I've got one.
Oh, there you go. You should fucking ask him.
Like I've devalued the Catch Pro because I've got one.
Oh Jesus. Nah, he's good, man. I reckon he, like you two would get along, especially. So you're a smoker.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
I'd be chain smoking.
You guys gonna have a fucking White Ox together.
Yeah, no, it's probably a bit much, but yeah.
Oh, you're a Taylor guy?
Oh no, I just get weak enough ones that I can chain smoke them non-stop without getting sick. Yeah,
fuck.
Yeah, that's what
I got nicotine poisoning when I was like, I think it was like 15 or 16. I smoked a full packet of 40s in like a day and ended up fucking getting real dizzy, and I fell over in a gutter and had to call my mum like a little bitch.
It's interesting what you were saying about. I've not got nicotine poisoning, by the way.
It's fucked.
I've got a good cough sometimes.
I had to get an injection. I
got arsenic poisoning once.
Really?
Yeah, that's no good. Don't recommend it.
Fuck.
Burning treated pine.
Oh, no.
I wasn't, but I was near it, yeah. Don't recommend it.
So I ask everyone, so what's the most fucked up thing you found in the backyard?
Round up edges.
Ah, look out. That
Yeah.
you didn't put there.
Nothing really.
Fuck you.
They're really just normal. Yeah, and I haven't been in it for that long, you know. They're really just normal places.
You'll have to message me the first time you find a butt plug or something.
Nah, just nothing crazy at all, really.
Nothing? You haven't had any
Sorry.
crazy customers or anything like that? Or crazy quotes?
I'm so pedantic at just bluntly disqualifying people that I don't think are just like, yeah, mad, how do I pay? You know, like
Yeah.
that's where it's. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just like, like I'm super blunt when I call a phone. You know, oh hey, this is Dan from Links Lawn Care. I can help you. I'll let them talk for a little bit. I go, all right, listen, just to begin with, I'll tell you exactly what I do and what I don't do, and I just go, I do this. Yeah. I don't do that.
I think we all have our we all do that. I think you probably are blunt. I have a very low tolerance for bullshit now, but. Yeah, you can tell. Like you can tell when you're talking. That's why I hate messaging people. I'd rather talk to people, and that's why.
I know.
Sometimes like it's hard when we do the podcast over the online and shit. It like something gets lost in the on the interwebs, and I'm like face to face is where
face to face is way better.
But it's weird, man. Like when you talk to someone, you're like. Oh, I know where this is fucking going. I know that I'm not going to enjoy looking after you.
I tell people exactly what my target hourly rate is, like clients, like on quotes if they ask. I tell them exactly how I'm going to do the job. I'll tell customers exactly why I'm not quoting their yard, and I just do it totally honestly. Just no prejudice.
Yeah.
I just, oh, hi, how you going? I just want to let you know, before I waste your time, I'm going to decline to give you a quote because you're outside of my service area. And they say, oh, aren't you in town? I say, yeah, but you're about 15 minutes drive out of the middle of my service area. So it's a half-hour round trip. And frankly, you've got a 20-minute yard. So unless you want to pay 2.5 times what it should cost, then you can't do it because I'm going to miss out on a yard and a half. So your price would be, and then I tell them exactly what 2.5 of their yards would cost. And I say, I'm more than happy to do it for that price. But I don't think it's fair. It's not, one of us has to eat it. It's either I eat it because I can't do 2 more yards. And so I just tell people, and sometimes they're disappointed and sometimes they're like, oh, fair enough.
Yeah. What's your travel time like a day? Because everything's pretty close. So
my long day is 14 kilometers.
Yeah. So that is like
total travel from home to home.
Okay.
Including going home to piss and going home for lunch and everything.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
But I do 2 days in my fortnight that are a lot of travel for a customer that I do a lot of yards for, and they pay me travel. So
okay. Well,
I charge my full hourly rate for travel.
That's fucking mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking listen to the podcast on the way.
I listen all the time, but there's like on one of the days there's 2 hours of travel nearly, and then on the other day there's about 2 hours of travel, and I just charge my full hourly rate for it.
Yeah, nice.
But that's it.
Fuck, that must be a relaxing day. You're not running on the mower and just fucking have a bit of a relax.
Well, on one of those days I do 8 properties and I'm home by midday, despite it being 2 hours of travel.
Yeah, sweet.
It's mad. And they pay me really good for it, and it's good.
Yeah.
And again, the level of workmanship is not fancy. But
is it a big property that you travel for?
It's 8 houses.
Oh,
I do all 8 in 5 hours, including 2 hours travel.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like it's just regular places, and the thing that I'm doing is just, if you keep paying me, you don't ever have to think about this ever again. Like that's all there is to it. You don't think about this. But I mean, I think a lot of the guys probably have got clients who spend a lot of time thinking about the yard, right? Yeah. Which is why they've got a dude with whatever piece of equipment or whatever skill. Yeah. And I'm just targeting people that don't think about it, but shit, I have to because it's grown. Yeah.
But it's good. And at the end of the day, like I think that's what Ben was getting at too, because there has been so many people that come out and tell people that they're doing it wrong. Yeah. And I don't think that you're doing it.
I'm pretty careful not to say this.
I think you're actually just saying how you do it.
I'm doing it pretty tongue-in-cheek.
And how you're blunt with your customers, you're blunt with like your videos and LMCA, and people are like, oh, well, he's fucking telling me what. Yeah. So I honestly...
I'm like, did you know that you don't have to do all that shit and people can still be happy if you do it this way?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, people would perceive that as you saying that they're doing it wrong. And I know that you're probably not.
I'm scaring them. I know that. I'm aware.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm aware.
Fuck, you should get onto fucking Instagram and just, you could just rage bait everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even spend any time on Instagram.
I don't think you'd have fucking time, mate.
I gave up
answering all those calls.
No, AI answers almost all of it.
How many leads do you reckon you get a day or
I'll be able
a week?
After this, I'll show you, and then all the local detractors who want to give me a hard time, you'll be able to tell them that I showed you proof of what my business looks like on the back end. But one or two. But I get ones that get disqualified by AI as well.
Yeah.
And
Do you think your tight route actually disqualifies you from a fair few jobs? Like,
okay, so if you Google like mowing this suburb, whippersnipping this suburb, weed spray this suburb, I'm in like the top 3 or number 1 for like 25 kilometer radius.
yeah, and you don't go that far.
But I only go like 5 minutes up the road from my house.
Yeah.
Like my online presence is very strong.
Yeah.
Like for suburbs that I've never done a quote in, like, and I don't think my business would have to be enormous for me to get that far away. Yeah. But still, if you live there and you Google mowing near me, I come up number 1.
Are you thinking about putting staff on?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll put stuff on next season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my goal for this season was to do 200 revenue and hopefully 180 profit if I could keep my expenses as low as they are.
Yeah.
And obviously, every time people talk about this, they're discussing different things, right?
Yeah.
Like, because your real income and your taxable income are different, because there's shit you were going to buy anyway, but now you can claim it on tax.
Yeah.
So I'm not including any of that shit.
Yeah.
Like my trailer was registered before the trailer's always registered.
Yeah.
The car is always registered. Yeah. And I do less than 5,000 Ks, so that doesn't even get claimed.
Yeah, okay.
So I claim the 5,000 Ks,
Yep.
right? I don't have a logbook or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm doing on average like a dozen kilometers a day, like 3 or 4 days a week for work, right? That's not a business expense.
I couldn't do the fucking come home at lunch. I couldn't do
each
it,
their
man.
own, I suppose.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, bro. I'd fucking be like, oh, fucking, this is quite comfortable here. It's air conditioned, and
yeah, I guess
I'd have to, like, even today, like, we went to get lunch, me and the boys. And I was like, fuck, I got to sit outside, because if I sit in this air conditioning, I don't think I'm going to fucking get out. Because it was humid. It was fucking dirty today. Yeah. Humid.
Well, if you had a shitbox Camry with no air conditioning, it has cold. Yes. It has cold air conditioning. I'm just trolling everyone. No, it's comfortable, cheaper, more reliable, and faster than your brand new Hilux. I'm sorry to say to everybody.
But what's going on? You're not going to have it for much longer.
No, I'm not going to try and convince the mechanic to give it a pink slip after its
because you have to get that done every year, don't you?
Yeah.
See, we don't up here. We can fucking have a shitbox till it.
I would feel guilty pressuring the local mechanic to pass it for rego, and I need to get a work vehicle for employees. So my goal for this year is to do 200 revenue, and again, I solo push mow, and the things that cost me money in my business that I wouldn't spend money on otherwise, is less than 10%, right? So website, insurance, the AI stuff, uniforms, the mowers themselves, the maintenance, the petrol, right? I'm not including like a hat, because like that can be claimed on tax, but I'm wearing a hat anyway. I'm bald. Look at me. You know what I mean?
Fuck, I can't get away with not wearing a hat.
Yeah. So next year, I don't know what my goal should be, but I mean, I think if I say it on your podcast, everyone will try and hold me to it. But I think it'd be really nice to do 350 revenue with 2 employees next year by just doing a second run that's at least as optimized as my current.
Is that a 3-man crew, or
that'll be 3? It'll be me and then 2 other people in another vehicle. So I figure, you just sort of make them do 3/4 the amount of work that I would do in an 8-hour day, and call that their work for the day, and try and do it that way.
Because I as someone who's gone from 3 to 2 to 3 to 2, I've done it. I've tried it so many times. I do not like a 3-man crew.
Why is that?
I just don't think it's as efficient.
Well, it definitely isn't. I mean, a one person would be if people wouldn't quit because they're stuck in a ute mowing all day on their own, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think I'll do 2. I hit my first year's goal. Happy with that. This year, I don't think I'm going to hit 200 revenue total, because I think it's too late in the season with how much momentum I've got.
Yeah.
But I'll share it with everyone when the day comes.
The fact that you've got a really tight space, and I think, like, would you have houses next to each other? Do you have a fair few?
Pretty well. Yeah. I mean, not direct. I mean, directly across the road, or.
So if you have a 3-man crew, you could have 2 guys doing.
They could drop each other off.
You could have someone. You could have someone starting over there. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Like,
my aged care place is also 60 seconds from my house.
Oh, really?
So I just drive 60 seconds, park there all day, work all day.
Yeah, see, that's what I like about the big stuff. So
I don't like it at all, because boring as hell. And it's just 8 hours, and it can be done in 2 days.
Yeah.
But it's just like, all right, if I just flog my cardio for 9 hours straight, 2 days in a row, I can do it.
Yeah.
But like, there's no excuse. It's just like, I can get this done in 2 days, so I should.
Yeah.
It's just non-stop work.
Yeah.
It's got 6.5 kilometers of edging.
Yeah.
And
that's good.
most of it's vert.
Yeah. So do you whip it, or do you have an Atom, or?
No, until very recently, I had a $3.99 Bunnings whippersnipper.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
an Echo. But
yeah. I mean,
nevertheless.
it's not a bad brand, but yeah, it's yeah. So what are you using now?
$7.29 Echo whippersnipper.
Oh, is it a Bunnings as well?
No, they don't sell it at Bunnings, but it's the cheapest.
Okay.
It's the cheapest proper one.
Yeah.
It's a 263 XT or something. I don't know. It's a 25 cc.
Yeah.
Common out. A lot of people have them.
Yeah, 262. Is it 262 XS or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like.
It's like a KM94 equivalent, you know.
But they're a good whippersnipper. I gravitated towards Bush Ranger because it feels like the old school Shindaiwa stuff.
Yes.
To me, that's why I enjoy that, and lots of people are like, oh.
I don't think the gear matters that much, eh?
Well, I don't
think it matters what whippersnipper cord you've got. I don't think it really matters that much.
I've got guys that actually prefer to use certain equipment because there's
in that case you've got to keep them employed. So give them what they're happy with,
because there's different weights. Like the Husqvarna for the boys was too light.
Like the 525 or whatever.
And the fuel capacity was too small.
Yes.
They like the Shindaiwa stuff.
Yeah, for preferences,
and there's different things. Like
it can make you feel better to have different equipment, but I don't think it affects the business.
And see, like we were talking about the Skag earlier, so I can mow an acre in fucking 12 minutes on that thing.
Yes.
And it's not going to be...
It is very fast. I didn't realize
it's a very fast machine, but I would never really push it that fast all day, every day.
Sure.
And there's only certain applications, like
it's got to be pretty smooth, right?
It has to be smooth. Yeah. So I could do that on a footy field.
Otherwise, you're going to spend 50% of the time on the seat, right?
Exactly. But I don't need to jack it up to the transport speed. Like, it's a transport speed, but you can...
Yeah, it's like third gear on a Honda 216, right?
You can cut it.
Everyone uses third gear on a Honda 216, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, everybody. And it's no different. Yeah, it's no different. I think the fucking Bobcat, the 7000, I think that has a traveling speed of 31 k's, but you can't mow. Like, you can't. I don't even think you can engage with the blades.
Won't let you, right?
So yeah, because that's a bit fast. So 26 is the maximum that I can go, and I've sort of mapped out at my 40 acres. I've got like one space that's not corrugated as fuck, and I mapped it out on Google, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna see how quickly I can do this, and that's me fucking like full hammering it. So I'd never say to someone like,
I expect you to get
all
5 acres done in an hour.
Like, fuck no. And it's one of those things that people are like, how fast does it go? I'm like, well, I can cut an acre in 12 minutes. I wouldn't suggest doing it every fucking day, but it is possible. So.
We're the opposite. I resent equipment. Like, I'm not excited about it at all. Like, people do I'll be like, cash cannon and this new thing, and I'll be like, that sucks, eh? Like, how much better would the business be if we all had a magic wand that didn't have to spend 30 grand on a mower?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't do it if you didn't have to, right?
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, like, for the work that I chase, I kind of had to have it.
But you have to.
Yeah.
I resent that about it. I'm not excited about it. Do you know what I mean?
One day you'll get a mower and you'll just fall in love. Do you sharpen your fucking blades?
All that stuff.
You do all your maintenance?
All my shit's maintained.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've got a like a 3 horsepower belt sander with a 6-inch wide belt that's 1.8 meter long belt.
Yeah.
Just... I look like I'm one of them Japanese guys making like the sword or whatever, Yeah, I got all the stuff.
Yeah.
I keep it, everything works like it's supposed to work. It's ugly.
Get one of the knockoff All-American sharpeners, and you just stick your grinder in it with a fucking flappy disc, and a couple of strokes, and she's done.
It's got 4 horsepower and the belt's 2 meters long. You're not going to beat it, I don't think. You put the whole blade on it
but this gives you a true 30-degree angle. Or do you have like a proper sharpener where you can get that 30-degree angle? Or do you just like it shiny?
No, it's a belt sander.
Yeah.
Where the surface, the flat surface, it's flat, right?
Yeah.
Like this, and the belt goes around.
Yeah.
The surface is more than 1 meter long, and it's 6 inches wide.
Yeah, but how do you get
you can put the whole blade on it.
Yeah.
Well, if you cared, which I don't, but if you cared, you could just use a gauge.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, you just you're right. I mean, I ride the one wheel the mower up the ramp, climb under, rattle gun it off, and you just zip, zip, and I've got a nail hanging on the wall. You put the hole in the nail, and if it's a little bit, if it goes like that, you put a bit more off that side.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's one thing that because it's only with I only have to do it for like the footy field, and I don't have to do it. Like obviously you can cut grass with like blades that aren't.
Doesn't matter at all. If they're doing 300k an hour. They're doing 300k an hour. They go through it, don't they?
But I love it when someone will come to me and they're like that looks fucking mint. And like you can tell that.
Dude, I made a comment that I was corrected on the other day with a friend of mine. I was like, it's not like your customers checking the leaf tips to see how blunt they're.
You fucking yours might not be, but fucking sometimes mine will.
Yeah,
and they like and
I got pretty bluntly corrected on that.
And the amount of money that they invest into their fields and stuff with, ferting and stuff. And I subconsciously see that's the thing. I am a grass cutter. I fucking love cutting grass. I love hedging and I love whipping. I don't like ferts and all that. I give that to someone else.
No, I just want to get like 9 guys on in 5 trucks and hire a permanent office staff person, and then would you come off the tools run. Like if you dude.
And you would just focus on business.
Yeah. See, so what I'll do is if I hit my goal next financial year, and I've got a couple of guys that I'm happy with, and they're happy with me, and it's okay, and I've got I think one of the mistakes that people make is people figure out how to get the leads flowing in, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, cool, I should put some guys on. But a lot of guys seem to never figure out how to get the employees flowing in. And so, you end up with an employee that's not quite perfect. And
I haven't, what? I've had, so one of my guys has been with me 6 years. One of them's been with me 4 years. Yeah. And it's just because of injuries, the 6 years out. Sure. And the guy 4 years.
But staff is the hardest part for sure, right? Regardless.
Well, that's what honestly, I'll be onto you and I'll find out how you're going with your staff.
I've got a strategy for it. I've got someone who's going to do all the interviewing for me and everything. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, so I think I'll, ads on Seek. And I mean, a lot of people just are not trying that hard when it comes, okay, let's go back. You've got you guys that are fairly new and they're trying to figure it out. And they're like, how do I get the leads? And eventually they get enough leads, right? And then if one of their customers fires them, they're like, that's cool, we got more coming, right? Very few people get there with staff.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I have to fire this guy or this guy's quit. That's cool, I got 5 more guys waiting to jump on the job. Yeah. And because of that, it takes such a long time. Like people are learning how to do the stuff. The staff is the hardest bit of any business, right? Yeah. Obviously, because people suck, right? Like if I was like, oh, there's an angry dog in the backyard, you'd be like, oh, no big deal, right? Whatever, close the door. If there's an angry man in the backyard, it's a real problem. Yeah. People are hard, right? Yeah. So I really want to get the staffing thing figured out before I go into it. And I'd like to attempt to make a 1-season sprint to off the tools. Yeah. So me on a run, a couple of guys in a truck on another run. And then the following season, if I think I understand it well enough, and if my mentors think I understand it well enough, I would like to make a sprint directly to off the tools. Yeah. So go from 2 employees to like 8 in 1 season. Yeah.
So I've done that, yes. and I missed it. Because I miss the work.
Oh, sure.
I miss being
on the tools. But you can still do that. You can still do that if you've got
so that's why I'm back on the tools. Yes. And obviously
have you got enough staff at the moment that you don't have to be on the tools?
I will now. So Dion's come back from Victoria and something happened down there. So
how many guys you got?
So normally I've got 3. So I've got 2 guys that are like, they're like full-time now, but on casual, and then I've got
you can afford to be off the tools with 3 employees. That's pretty impressive if you can.
I after Ella passed away, I was off the tools for like a long time. So I would still do like my 40, and it's like, that's a day and a half, a fortnight or whatever. So that was basically all I was doing, and then I was just walking around and basically managing all the other jobs. But I was noticing.
But that's big numbers per staff member to get off the tools.
Oh yeah, I'd never see. That's the thing. I'd never boast about what I make, and I don't really tell people what I make because I don't think I.
Dude, I spend all day staring at everyone's comments trying to figure out like what's going on in people's businesses because I want to understand the business.
That's your passion. Your passion is the business, not the industry. I'm trying to figure out
who's actually doing what.
Mine is mine is the industry. Like I love the I'm not saying that you don't love the people, and obviously you've made a lot of good friends out of it. But I love the people in the industry.
I hate everyone.
Yeah, he's fucking out to get everyone. Yeah. But yeah, everyone I've met in this industry.
One video at a time.
There's a fucking actually. I won't say everyone because there's a couple of cunts out there. But like 99% of the people I've met are all really nice, genuine people, and I think that that is where my
except those guys that don't wave back.
Fuck those guys. Yeah, fucking wave back, you lazy dogs. It's just a fucking 2-fingery. You don't have to do much.
Yeah, I don't think they know I'm even mowing when I come rolling on in my faded camera. I don't think they know what's going on. Yeah, I think now that I've been there for a while and I'm out all the time, they've probably figured it out. But
they probably think you just live there.
No, I think they figured it out by now. See me every day with a mower on the back or whatever.
Do you have any good allies down there that you actually like? Because I talk to a lot of local contractors here. Are there any that you catch up with?
Shit, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Any that I would know? Like any that know me?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Because I know a couple of guys from the Hunter. So,
I don't know. Who do you know?
Well,
No names. I mean, I've met a lot of people or talked to them on the phone or whatever. Dude, I just call everyone all the time and I message people all the time and stuff.
I would rather.
Dude, I see people that are doing things and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this guy knows shit I want to know.
Yeah.
And I'll just see if someone's got an invoice from him and then I just pay them money into their bank account unannounced.
Yeah.
And then call them and be like, hey, I just sent you a few $100 cash. Can I come ear bash you for an hour? Because I want to know. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we just had contractors up the road from here and I pulled over and I just had a yarn to them because they had a nice looking trailer and I thought, I'll fucking have a chat to them and see what they're all about. And it was a lady and her son, and I found out that her son had a disability. She started the business to, help him get a job, and they
I listened to that, right? That's a podcast you did with them. Is that them?
No. That's
similar sounding story though.
Yeah, that's Ben and Kerry. So Ben and Kerry, they that's them. They're up in Darwin. They fucking have a bunch of kids that they look after. So they're such an amazing couple. They're doing such good work up there, and I would love to have that kind of business, but with the expo and stuff, like I couldn't load Lou with any extra work than what I already do. She does all of my, like I don't do any of the book work or anything. She's the numbers and I'm just a relationship guy. So that's one thing. Like you seem to have both. You have like the all that. I don't have it.
Oh, dude, most of my customers wouldn't be able to describe what I look like or what my car is at all.
Yeah.
Like I just don't see them. Dude, I went to this lady's place. I actually mowed it this morning, like a few mows ago, and I hadn't seen her since like I first quoted it, right? Because I still go and visit most people in person, right, if I can, and but not always. But she arrived home while I was mowing it. And I was like, hey, and I know a name because like I see a name on the every fortnight, right? But I assume that it's her because I can't remember what she looks like. And so I call out the name and she turns around, oh, hey. And I was like, how is it? And she's like, yeah, good. And I say to her, are you happy with everything? And we'll role play it, right? You try and get me to tell you if the service is good or not, and I'll be her.
Oh, are you happy with everything?
What do you mean?
Like, my sprayed out edges, you'd like those?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Does she just not know who you are?
No, she knows exactly who I was. And I was like, are you happy with the finish of the yard and the quality of all of it? And she went, yeah, it's fine. You show up every fortnight. It's good.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. Like, she doesn't
give a fuck about the quality. She just wants you there to make her long grass short and keep her...
She was confused by the question.
Yeah, okay.
It's like if...
So how long had you been servicing her for?
I don't know, like 10 or 12.
Yeah, okay. So she's a long-term customer and... okay.
Yeah, because she wants someone to mow it and I keep showing up and mowing it.
She doesn't give a fuck. She probably just didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, so most of my customers I don't think would be able to tell you what I look like. They certainly don't know what brand my equipment is. Yeah. Like they got no idea if I've got Diamond Edge or
no one gives
Steel CF3 or
none of my customers give a fuck about that. Although, like when I got my 32-inch stand, I had people fucking pull over on the side of the road.
They're a bit of a spectacle for people who haven't seen them before.
So that's the thing. Like everyone sort of jumped on the standard bandwagon, and they became real big. And I would consider getting one fuckload of money out of my stander.
Yeah,
like it's got. Like it lives at a village.
I think it's good for employees because it's less work for them.
I mean the fact that they're compact, and Skag just brought out a new machine. It's V-Ride LS. It's like a Liberty Spec V-Ride. It's got all the backing of Skag. Australia.
Honestly, I have no idea what any of that means.
So a Liberty is like a lower spec. It's like an entry level machine.
It's the equip badge on a Commodore. Is that what it is?
Yeah, right. Like it's got like 3100 hydros, which
I know what that is.
Yeah, 3100 hydros. It's got a Hero deck. Yeah. So my machines are all commercial, and they have
it's the bottom of true commercial stuff. Whereas like XT 2800s are like the top of home.
And the price point is perfect.
How much is it?
36 is $13,000.
That's pretty cheap.
That's fucking amazing considering their equivalent. I'm not picking on Right, but the equivalent of like a Right is
16.5 or whatever.
Yeah, way up there, way up there.
I think
they've done a really good job. I fucking commend them for bringing it out because they did need an entry level standard machine because pretty much everyone's got one now, and like I know the quality of Skag and I know the quality of Liberties, and like Ben Toll, like, man, they've put thousands of hours on these little machines that are only supposed to be like residential machines, but
Yes.
you know, now you can get it in a stander. So with Kawasaki engines too. So
Dude, I'm the opposite of almost everybody. I'm going to keep pushing my 30s, and I'll buy a stander for employees.
yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Well, one thing you don't want is fatigued employees.
I want 15 grand in my pocket and a similar hourly rate, or maybe more if you account for fuel usage and maintenance and things like that. Like if you can do a small yard in a similar amount of time with a push mower, then you're probably making the same amount of money per minute. I'd prefer to have the money, spend it on my, on my family or whatever than that. But as soon as you get employees, now it's like, okay, we're going to make sure that the truck is auto, and we're going to make sure that the air conditioner works, and we're going to give them a ride on for everything where it's possible, and give them their choice of whippersnipper. Yeah. Like I choose the whippersnipper that I've got because it's like the cheapest commercial one. Yeah. That's it. Like I'm not fussed about me. Like I'm just burning the calories and doing the work and getting the yards done. I'm not really very kind to myself. Like I treat myself as like a shit kicker employee when I'm on the job. Do you know what I mean? Like I do it all of what I think about, focus on and try and do particularly well is all the business stuff. And then when I'm out doing yards, I'm just some shit kicker employee getting the yard done. Yeah. Does that make sense? And like that's how I treat myself.
I have to admit, like I'm very like privileged to be hooked up with Skag, and I get deals and stuff like that. Sure. So when it comes to equipment, like I'm like, why the fuck wouldn't I have the most efficient, best fucking machine on the planet? Yes. And like I think that Skag ticks that box. So I'm like, really,
no, I get it.
I'm like, fucking yes, I can do it. I can do. Like what would take...
I also hate financing things, so I've got to buy everything outright, and that hurts.
See, I am a finance guy, but that's the thing, like all my machines are paid off, except for my truck and my wife's car. So, I mean, that's, she's part of the business.
I owe the mortgage. I don't even have a credit card. Yeah. I don't.
Well, we only just got a credit card.
It would really hurt me to buy a stander for $16,000 and then discover that it is only mildly faster than my push mower when I'm willing to do it.
Yeah, but that's the thing you got to do. You got to look at things as a whole. Like you got to. So that's the thing when people ask me like, what should I look at? I'm like, look at what you've got now. Look at what you want to do in the future. If you've got one big property and you find that is what you love doing, then go for a bigger size stander. Like, it's not all about like what you're doing right now. It's what you want to do in the future, especially with something that could be up to like $30,000.
I want to go and have breakfast with my missus at a cafe while 9 guys push mow a bunch of yards near my house and I get paid. Do you know what I mean?
See, like I don't like. I like because I've always had such a really.
You should get Casey on, by the way. Casey always says that he hates mowing, but it's such good money that he keeps doing it. Really? And I bet you he'd say the same. I forget Casey's last name, but whenever those people say, "How much do you like this job?" He's always like, "I fucking hate mowing, but it pays so much."
Mate,
he might have some perspectives that would be fun as well.
I come home and my fucking my eyes. I know that I've got grass in my eyes right now, and like I love it. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it's like it kind of just drowns out head noise for me. Like I can plug in tunes and I can just do what I need to do.
I also enjoy doing it. Yeah. I like rocking up to a place, right? And here's a house, and there's like a very similar house built in the same couple of months in the same estate, and some dude's just got the blower out, and then I like leaving before he leaves. Do you know what I mean? I'm just yes, smash him, money in the bank. I bet I'm like to think that I've sold the job at a higher price, and I don't know if I have. Obviously, I have no idea what other people are doing. That's where I'm at. I'm like, how do I communicate the value the best, and then how do I just get it in and out and just over? Yeah,
What's impressive nowadays is how many people enter the business and are so well equipped with advice and. Like obviously you haven't been in it for that long, and you've already reached like the milestones that you were aiming to hit, and now you've got new goals. For me, when I first
I make enough money that my missus just is at home all day playing with the kids.
Yeah, see,
You know what I mean?
that was my
Yeah.
like I worked for a
But
company.
I got there
for
in
11
there
years.
in like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like it's so there's so much. You're right. There's so much information, and if you figure out the direction you want to head, you can find the right mentors easily now.
And I think that's a huge difference between like when I first started, I had a street with 9 houses in it, and I wouldn't make enough money on that street to make me happy for the day, and it was purely my pricing, and I was getting. So I would go there, I would get another customer, and they'd be like, all right, the guy, because there was a guy that was retiring, and I was getting all of his leftovers, and I was competing with his prices.
Right.
And I would only raise the price, say $5, but realistically, I needed to raise it like 15 or 20 just to make it profitable. And I don't have a single one of those jobs anymore, even though like that was a fucking killer street if I had all those jobs priced correctly.
I started aiming for 150.
Yeah.
That was my initial quotes I started at.
Yeah.
And I knew that I wasn't going to be fast enough on the yards that I would be able to hit that.
Yeah.
But I knew how fast I should be able to do the yards. Again, just asking mentors, how long should it take me to do this yard with this equipment if I'm killing it?
Yeah.
It should take this amount of minutes. Okay, it needs to cost this much to hit my hourly rate that I wanted to go for. And I originally tried to target 150. Dude, it's crazy how much money you can make mowing. Like, I often feel like on LMCA, I'm the only one pumped about it, and that like everyone thinks like is mad. Like there's so much like, oh, I treated this lady so good, but she fired me, or look at this person speaking to me badly. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, how good I can't believe that if you just answer on the first ring, customers pay you heaps and it's mad. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel.
I think look, LMCA is a event
like I'm heaps positive about it.
A lot of people only post when something bad or something good's happened.
Yeah.
You don't post when you've just had like a normal day.
Yeah.
And that is probably what you're seeing more than anything. And that person...
It's pretty negative pretty often. There's a lot of like, look at this person's every text message, or I can't believe I lost the job.
Now, everything's negative a lot.
Not me. I'm like, no one's sick. Spray the edge, get paid out.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like a lot of people use LMCA, and because the group is so big now, it's a lot different to what it was when I first started.
I've heard people say that.
I was number 15.
Yes.
Like I was in there when it was fucking minute.
Yes.
And it's been an amazing tool for my business to grow, and a lot of other people, like 100%. Like even Ben, I don't think Ben would be where he is right now without the like the backing of LMCA, and he had a really good following there, and he had a good product, and it got taken up fucking like that. And it is a good product. Like we still use them. And
I've got one.
We use all of his shit, let's be honest.
I got mine. I got the cheapest one in the whole country used and bashed it back into an approximate rectangle shape. So sorry, Ben. I've also got my TIG out and repaired it a couple. Sorry, Ben.
Oh mate, dude, I've got
didn't go directly into his account.
What have I got? Yeah, I've got 4 underneath the house now. Yeah. So I just Frankenstein them all up. I think I got mine for $250. It was very cheap. That's that's good.
Very cheap.
Is it an old alley one or one of the newer ones?
It's one of the old ones.
Yeah. See,
and it's been heavily repaired.
Yeah, I've got a few of the alley ones, and I've got one of the new ones, and the new one's fucking is cool. But I want to try and put a wheel on it like Leroy has,
or a skid plate at least.
Yeah. So the thing is, I don't know whether I'm gonna keep catching as much as I was. So some of our work is gravitating.
Even I catch.
I know.
Ben, can you be friends with him?
Oh, he's gonna fucking hate me for this. But no, we have started mulching a lot more because
if you're on or off enough, it's fine.
I'm fucking rolling around on a 61-inch machine. The power that's in that machine.
Yeah, of course.
It is fucking. If I'm rolling over something, it's just dispersing.
Yeah, it comes out as dust.
It does. Well, I mean, right now it's definitely coming out as dust.
Yeah.
But so it's not every job, but it is a few jobs.
Look, if you could wave a magic wand and give the customer the result they want, I think you should.
Yeah.
And if your magic wand to do it easier or faster or more profitably or whatever in a way that you prefer, if you can do it in a way that you prefer and the customer is still pumped, do it that way.
Yeah.
It's just that I happen to pick people that are easy to please.
Yeah.
And it's it's interesting when you talk about it because people are like somebody once said, you're just picking the dumbest customers that are uninformed or whatever. And it's like, are we intentionally picking the most difficult, frustrating customers that waste, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like surely some of the
thing
goal
is their money is the same color. If that's all you're thinking about, then that's all you're thinking about.
Surely there's some degree of picking customers that are nice to you goes a long way, right?
And so you have to remember on LMCA too, you're not just talking to people who cut grass, you're talking to horticulturists, you're talking
they hate me.
You're talking to, you're talking to landscape. You're talking to people
the Horty guys are not happy with me.
But that's the thing. They have a different business
model. It's totally
They're not looking for anything.
They just do a totally different thing. Yeah.
So, look, mate, I'm glad I could get you on because, like, we do agree on a lot of stuff, but I think, like, we do disagree on a lot of stuff because our businesses are so different. But, none of them are wrong. Everybody has a different business.
Yeah, people do.
Some things that fucking work for me that don't work for other people.
I think, you're totally right. I really think that the guys that think that what I do is very strange would be surprised if they took an actual tally of every vehicle they see with a mower on the back.
Yeah.
I think if you're only paying attention to the bigger businesses or the fancier businesses or whatever, then you'd be like, I know him, he does this. But if you actually tally every vehicle with a mower on the back on your mowing day, you'll be like 80 or 90% is just some dude doing cash jobs for some person.
The beer money guy is actually beer and steak money guy.
So I'm just stealing that guy's customers at good prices and keeping them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I really do think again, everyone will disagree, but I do think there's an overestimation on there about the amount of work that's fancier than what I do. I think if you actually tally everything with a mower on the back, you'll find that the vast majority of it is pretty basic, totally regular people's places. Yeah. You know?
Oh,
I could be wrong, but I think so. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. Look, it's someone needs to do a fuck. Maybe you could just jump out of mowing and just start doing surveys.
Surveys, you reckon?
Just do surveys.
I don't know. I certainly know that
when stand on the road and fucking click away every time you see a mower on the back of a ute.
I know that I'll often I'll pull up and I'll see somebody else mow a yard, and I like watching how they do it and see how long it takes them and see what they're doing. And
fucking frustrates me watching other people work.
Yeah, I talk some shit about that. I put some post up that was like, guys who take 3 times longer than me, even though there's 2 of you. What's actually going on over there? And everyone's like, none of your fucking business.
Yeah, none of your business, God.
He's like, not round off edges. Fair enough.
Yeah, fucking gotcha. Nah, that's that's the shit stirring part that I kind of find a bit funny. But I can't do it because I can't be bothered fucking arguing with people. I don't shit stir anymore. I used to, but I don't bother anymore.
Yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of the people that I talk to all the time and get along with, either they come and they go, fuck all those guys. I know what you're saying. I know what you're getting at. Or they're people who are like, are you bullshitting about being able to run a business like this? Which people, I don't think that people think I'm lying on there anymore, although I think they did at the start. Like, I think people thought I was full of shit at the start.
Because you're not the first person to come on here and fucking shit stir and do what you're doing.
Yes.
And there's some people that have spoken the way that you're speaking, and they've flopped their business. And they've just fucking, like Ben mentioned them, they're just out of the map. Like, they're off the game. They're just not relevant anymore. And they're the ones that were pushing their agendas on people, like their business models, and it just sometimes it just doesn't work. But you have to be a certain type of person to run a certain type of business. Like I'm probably completely different to you when you're talking to customers, and you're probably completely different to me, and Ben's different to everyone. And
I spend a lot of time trying to be in the customer's shoes, and I think a lot of people probably don't consider the customers. Like, when was last time you called your own business or put a quote through on your own website just to see what it feels like from your end?
Oh,
like, I know exactly
probably like a couple of years ago probably a year ago when I redid the website.
Yes.
So,
but a lot of people have never done it.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, they have no idea what it feels like to be the customer at the other end.
Yeah.
Like, the obvious example, you see it all the time, is like you'll see an ad on Facebook for someone mowing, right? And it'll be the classic brand new mower, list of things that they do, contact us.
Yeah.
And they're from like 3,000 away.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you even realize that all the people that are interacting with your business via this ad from 3,000 k's away. Like, stop and consider like who is actually interacting with the business and how it feels to be them.
Right now, there's a guy on
Do they even
Instagram.
know what that mower? Like, who knows? Like, does little old lady even know what a zero turn is? What's that machine even do?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
But there's a guy right now on Instagram that's fucking rocking with a Ozito battery mower, a bencher whippy, and he's talking shit about contractors, saying like, do your contractors never turn up, blah blah blah. And he's feeding it, and he's fucking got
young fella with the glasses.
Yes,
yeah, but I think he's doing it perfect.
He's fucking feeding like he.
But I think he's right because what he's doing is he's hitting all of the things that the average mum and pop at home care about.
Yeah,
which is I just want my opinion.
Exactly.
But he's just like, do you just want the edges done pretty nice? And the average person, like, if you just drive down the street and look at random houses, the average one's not that fancy.
But in saying that,
they could learn to vertical edge as good as me, but they don't because they don't care that much.
But when you talk about equipment, when you see what he's rolling with, that is efficiency, like no efficiency whatsoever. So when it comes to him doing...
but he probably has a real mower.
Yeah, you reckon he's just...
I reckon he's got shit that the customer recognises.
You reckon?
I think the entire... I know exactly what you're talking about. I think the entire ad has been carefully thought about from the customer's perspective, and I think it's probably successful.
I think it's like SG... Because I want to...
I know the one you're talking about. Find it and start an argument about it on LMCA, right? But he comes on the property dressed approximately like you would expect your local lawn mowing guy to be dressed, right? He's in a yard that looks approximately like Melanie, part-time worker, mum of 3, has that, that husband's not mowing anymore because he's got his big pay rise and now he's a baller, so he hires me to do it. Yeah. Or whatever his reason is for doing it, right? And then he shows up with equipment that they would recognise, and he talks about all of the shit that people are worried about who just want the fucking lawn mowed. Yeah. I think his ad is spot on, and I think he's much cleverer than people that show a truck with 50 pieces of equipment that the customer doesn't even recognise and says, we're the best. Yeah. The best at what? I just want the yard mode. Yeah. I think he's spot on.
He's such a fucking well-spoken young dude. Like, the way I reckon...
Yeah, he's done a lot of takes and he's got his spiel.
It's fucking... It's pretty spot on. Yeah. But when you listen to it, compared to when you look at it, and this is from my perspective...
Yeah, but you're irrelevant. You're never going to pay somebody to come and mow your little courtyard.
Oh, well, maybe.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Like, because contractors will be like, yeah, but here's all the things I find important, right? But you want to mow lawns for money, and the customer doesn't want to mow lawns and wants to give money. Yeah. They're the direct opposite in that respect. So why are we all assuming that the customer thinks that what we think is important? Yeah. Like, you think is important, sharp blades, stick edge, Pantene Pro V,
perfectly fucking styled beard.
No, but the salon quality fertilizer, right? Yeah. And the customer probably just wants it short, green, and kind of healthy looking. Yeah. And I think that guy is very perfectly placed himself in the head of the actual end user. And I think that we're all too concerned about what we worry about. Yeah. Like, think about how opposite we are, right? We're like, I want to mow lawns in return for money. And the customer's like, I don't want to mow lawns so much that I'll give money. We're the complete opposite. Yeah. But then we judge what we think that the customer appreciates by what we appreciate. Mm. Like, we're like, I think a perfect edge is mad. I think a shirt blade is mad. Yeah. Have you asked the customer? Yeah. I think a lot of customers, your mum and pop regular backyard, they want the 30-second dominoes up and then it's done, And I think he's got it spot on. He might be showing that equipment intentionally as equipment that his target customer will recognise and catch their eye.
When he used it, I fucking cringed. I was like, oh, fuck, what are you doing, bro? Stop it. Stop it. Can't get a fucking get something.
His customer might not recognise a zero turn. Yeah. Like, I have a gentleman that I know who has a yellow zero turn, and it's taken from like a low angle. It's like a cartoon picture, Yeah. But it's taken from a low angle, like you would take like of a sports car or whatever, right? Yeah. And I think that probably 90% of regular people that drive past a sign with that on, it wouldn't. If they would recognise a zero turn, it wouldn't register. Like, it's not like if it was tits, they'd be like, that's tits, right? They could glance at tits. Yeah. If it was a dog, they could be in the corner of their eye and they'd be like, that's a Kelpie. Yeah. But it just wouldn't register for most people. Yeah. So it's like, it's but I think he is bench shaft and his Zito and the things that he talks. Yeah, but
that's probably what he's in the fucking yard that he went to quote.
Think about this, right? Like, how many people are like, hey, honey, I need to get a lawn mowing guy, right? Oh, why is that? It's just, I want to pay some guy to do it because I just don't think I'm ever going to be able to edge like the guys on LMCA. Like, I don't think people are saying that. Like, I think most people are like, the yard's got to get mowed. Can you go mow it? I can't be fucked.
Yeah.
My new job's wasting me time.
Yeah.
Or, come on, now I own 4 of these businesses. Like, I can't mow them all every weekend, you know? And they just go, who can I get to solve this problem for me? You know? I think that's what most of the industry is.
I think you're right in saying
LMCA guys hate hearing it, but I think that's an enormous portion of the industry.
There's a lot of people like that, but then again, there's a whole
suit yourselves. Deal with the really difficult problems and the complex technical issues and the customers that are very pedantic. You guys can have them. I'll give you, look, I'll tell you, if you live near me and you are mad proud about that shit, send me a number. You can fucking have all of them, dude. And I'll laugh. I'll be like, ha, you deal with Debbie. Yeah. She wants to know which breed of lawn grub he's doing. I don't care at all. Yeah. You know, I want Steve, whose missus is like onto him because the yard hasn't been done in 3 weeks, and he can't be fucked because now he's like a big shot at work and he can afford it. Yeah. I want that dude to give me, you know, I'm not going to do the numbers, but I want that dude to give me what I consider to be great money to show up and do it in 20 minutes while his wife watches me do it because she's at home with the kids. That never lasts because, for obvious reasons, it doesn't last. No, you know?
Oh, mate.
This guy's charging you this and he's in and out of here in 10 minutes, right? Why don't you just bloody mow it, you lazy bastard? I think that's the conversation that happens.
But that's the thing. Like, if you fucking got shit equipment, sometimes, if you have a shit mower...
Sure.
It is going to take you fucking double to do that lawn. And of course. You can go, okay, well, fucking...
And you can't power walk an edge at the same time either, probably, right? So
it's cool, man. Like, I do have, I do have a bit more of an idea of what you're all about now, which is mad, but...
Definitely get old mate on with the Azito. I bet he's picked those just because they're recognisable.
Yeah, I reckon. I might reach out to him. I'm speaking to another dude. He has his own podcast, actually.
Yeah, who's next?
I don't know. So Lou's probably going to come on this week. So this will come out on Monday. So Lou and I will do something. We're trying to do something that's a little bit different. So like our industry is very niche, and obviously
your business, you mean? Or
no,
just
the industry, like mowing, landscaping, all that sort of stuff.
There's a lot of us.
Yeah, but it's
past
still
20
niche.
On the way to the servo or the green waste, right?
Yeah, but it's still like a niche for a podcast. Like I'm trying to grow the audience, and
I think you should be getting all home services that relates, because a lot of my the things that I say, pretty much all my ideas are not even controversial at all. If you pick up a book, how to run a home service business and make profit, most of what I say is in there. And that's because all the home service businesses, and you'll say your business is very different than mine, yours is kind of business to business, not as much home service as mine is, but all the home service businesses basically work the same, right? Like, you take the customer's long-term value and you compare that to the ad spend for the to win a lead, and you want to get the long-term value as high as possible and the ad spend as low as possible, and that's how you acquire clients and build the business. And then you want to get employees on, and once you've got enough employees, you become a training business where what you do all day is train new employees and acquire new employees. That's what you become.
And see, that's like, I reckon there is like a handful of different types of business people as well. So
like, if you're solo, your job is mowing, right?
Exactly.
If you've got 10 guys, your job is recruitment and training, right? So the business totally changes. Yeah. But all the home service businesses are so similar that if you get people that have got interesting insights from any home service, it almost certainly will apply.
Yeah, well, like cleaning, like all of the... And look, there's more and more. Like, there's all these home service package providers and shit too that are like... I think a lot of them are fucking...
a lot of the soft wash guys seem to be... Like, if you look on Instagram, and I don't really, but people send stuff to me. I don't have an Instagram, or like, I've got one, but I'm not on there, right? But some of the young soft wash guys are really onto it when it comes to the way the advertising works and the way that they're doing the offers and things like that. And I would say that... Like, one of the reasons I picked mowing is, and this will piss people off, but it is unsophisticated. Like, you can be the only guy that answers the phone, the only guy that has a uniform every time you show up. You can be the only guy whose website looks professional in your whole service area easily.
The thing is, it can be as easy or as hard as you want it to be. So, or you can, in other terms, you can have it as light or as interesting. Like, when I say, like, I cut grass, like, that's where I cut the line. I'm like, okay, so I'll do broadleaf sprays and stuff like that. But when it comes to a soccer field that I need to have, aerated, top dressed, fertilized, fucking the works. Like these big places, and even some of my villages, I've already like said to them, like I'll get someone in to aerate, and I'll put 10% on top, and I'll just take that 10%. Like I don't have to do anything except for send an invoice.
What I mean though is like if you want to start a retail clothing business, you're against Tarakash, Myer, and Kmart.
Yeah,
that's really fucking hard.
Yeah,
right. Like how are you going to beat those guys? Right. Like how are you going to rank number one on Google against Kmart?
Yeah.
Right. But if you want to start a mowing business, you know, you're against some guy whose name no one can remember because he called the business TJLB Home Maintenance Services Proprietary Limited. Yeah. The customer might see your sign, can't even remember it by the time they get the phone out of their pocket. Like, it's not that sophisticated, you know? You might be the only guy in your service area with a website, a name that can be remembered, and pick the phone up. You might be the only guy that has those three things. So there's the level of competition in terms of, I mean, you might not be able to be as good at edging or whatever. You might not be as clever at identifying fungus or whatever it is. But it's very easy on the business side to be the only guy in a small service area to have a professional looking website, actually pick the fucking phone up and have a name people can remember and Google later. Yeah. Like it's not that hard to do for us.
When I first started, the bearded lawnsman.
I fucked it up. I shouldn't have called mine what I called mine. I should have called mine.
So what's your business name?
Lynx Lawn Care.
Lynx Lawn.
LYNX.
That's I like it.
Yeah, I picked it because it's easy to remember.
Yeah.
The logo is like a big lynx cat's head.
Yeah.
It's just very easy to remember and it's unique. But I should have just called it.
Do you think you'll do a brand change down the track?
I don't think it makes that much of a difference, and because it's so easy to rank really high on Google in mowing, because you're only competing with.
You've already got it all, eh? Like
it's... Well, if I start a new service area, I'll start another Google business page, and that'll get called Lynx Lawn Care Suburb or whatever, right? So that way I can work off the back of the reputation I have, but I probably, for a solo business, you should just do an exact match Google name. Just call yourself, you know, St. Mary's Mowing. Just get on Google, find out what the very highest search volume is, and if there's somebody who doesn't have the exact match name, just call yourself that. Because then Google people Google the name of their suburb and the word mowing. If your business is called that, guess what? You only need like a quarter the amount of reviews as everybody else to show up. You only need a quarter the web traffic on your website to be at the top. It's just free money. Like call yourself what people are typing into Google, and Google's like, oh, did you mean this guy? And then all these people are on your website calling you. Like it's free money. Like if you call yourself,
Keep talking. I'm just checking. Make sure the camera's still rolling.
We should probably stop. It's late.
We'll stop in a sec. It's cool.
Yeah, but that's what I should have done. Anyway,
that's cool, man. Like,
we probably should.
No, I was just making sure because fuck, man,
it's also late.
I got so much shit on that phone. It's incredibly fucking full. So I was like, oh, this gun better not stop. But no, man, thank you so much. Like, it's good to get both sides of the story, and like having you on, I was like. I had people like, oh, don't be soft on him. And I'm like, I'm getting to know someone. I'm not here to fucking...
I would have liked if you had like a couple of trick questions for me or something.
Mate, honestly...
What do people say that they wanted to hear me talk about that you haven't brought up,
in one ear, out the other. Because it's not what I want. Like, I don't fucking come on... I don't do a podcast to criticize what people are doing because, to be honest, I don't fucking care. Like, what you do in your time is your time, your fucking business. Like... You know, when people are criticizing you, it doesn't hurt your business.
Dude, it fuels me, man. Like I want to find, like if I got something I want to learn to do, I want to find someone who's good at it and who I don't like, and I'm like, fuck that guy. I'm gonna get better at it than him. You know what I mean,
mate? I do criticism, and like we've had stages with the other businesses that we've run. That, like there's other people trying to do what we do. And, it's only because we've done what we've done, they're trying to do what they're trying to do. And it's like, nah, fuck you. Like right now, like you have given me more motivation than you really should have given me.
Dude, I love it when people are like, hey, they put shit on me because I'm just like, mad, end of the financial year, I'll tell you how I went. I'll set my new goals so that all my haters will be on my back, and I'll be like, these people are all going to give me shit if I don't, hit my goals or whatever. And it's just nice. it's motivating for me when people are like on you about it.
Yeah, no, I feel 100% the same way. I think like there's
like, wow, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so good. It's like it's not criticism.
No.
You can't take anything from it. If anything, it might make you take your foot off the pedal.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Get complacent.
Like,
and then
you're a dickhead. You don't know what you're talking about. Your business is nothing like me. You're a fucking moron, and you'll never, you it won't work doing it that way. That's like, it's like, all right, cool. I'll keep my head down.
No, I totally agree, man. I feel like exactly the same way when it comes to motivation. There's nothing better than someone either trying to put your business down, trying to take your business, or fucking, just talking behind your back. Anyone who fucking talks behind your back, or
that
people
gets you, does it?
Okay, so like I might portray.
I just like people being doubtful. That's what I like.
And I might portray like a dumb cunt sometimes and like a bit too jovial or whatever. But I really, honestly, there's some people that have tried to take advantage just recently of, my kindness. And honestly, like, people don't know that, like, I'll blacklist you from my fucking anything that I do now, anything I do in the future. And like, it's just one of those things that fucking people really... I don't know how people perceive me because I don't really care. And I
don't live in that part of my head much either, actually.
Yeah,
I just do me, and
that's all I can do. And if someone doesn't like it, like some of the shit I've said in the past and in the future, I'm guessing is going to be pretty fucking stupid at the time.
Yeah, for sure.
But, it makes sense to me at the time. And, fuck, like I've told fucking all the people that listen to me that I've shit my pants. Like,
everyone's shit their pants at some stage,
there's
right?
people out there.
People say they've never done it.
Yeah, there's
like
so many people.
They've never scratched their ass or picked their nose either, right?
Fucking oath,
never picked their nose. Yes.
Mate, I've shit my pants multiple times.
All
Fuck, yeah.
I'm not going that far.
No, like, yeah, I've had gastro a fair few times. We had a fucking lot of sick kids in our house. So.
Somebody told me they sneezed and did it on a job the other day. I won't dub you in. But someone I know did admit to it the other day.
Nice. And yeah, fucking oath. Like, shit happens.
It does.
Oh, man. Well, we might leave it there. And thank you so much. Like, I know you've come a long way. You've just gotten off a flight and you've got another big fucking drive.
Yeah, I did 17 lawns or something this morning as well. It's been a long day.
I mean, like, I think
I'm like an hour's drive from here or something.
Are you?
I don't know. Out near the Raff Bay somewhere.
Oh, true. Like,
out near Amberley.
Yeah, you'll probably have a quick
40 minutes or something.
Yeah, it won't be too bad.
I have no idea where I even am, eh?
So, highways.
I'll just ask the GPS.
It's down that way. You'll get there.
Trying to scratch this hire car with a $5,500 excess. Do they get you, don't they?
They do. Well, thank you, man. I do appreciate it. And like, hopefully everyone fucking, gets a kick out of it and sort of knows you're a bit better.
I don't think it's that controversial, and I really would like it if other people. For me, I get stuck in when people are like, "This is exactly how I do it and why," and all of the like, look how fancy this setup is, or look how fancy this property is, or whatever. Doesn't impress me. I just want to know, like, what are you doing that makes the business tick and makes the customer happy? You know what I mean? No. And so yeah. Yeah, keep it up.
Sweet. No, awesome, man. Well, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Everyone, make sure you jump on to next week's episode. I'll run some ads and hopefully we can get some fucking big numbers on this one because I know.
You reckon?
Yeah, fucking oath. I
don't even know what I said. I just spoke, so.
Oh, dude, that's all I do every week.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't even edit. I went back on one of my podcasts, or last week with Joel, and one of the breaks, I didn't quite cut enough out of it, so I'm on the fucking zero turn listening back to it 2 days after it's been posted. I'm like, oh, fuck. Do I delete
How long's it gone for? Are people going to get like...
Bro, we've done like 2 hours.
So. Sick. So they'll get a fair bit of their day of just hate listening. You know what I mean?
Rage baiting.
Rage listening.
Yeah.
Sick. All right, let's call it, brother. Appreciate it.
Peace.
Bye, everyone.